Huh?
Yeah, first of all, you need to apologize for coming late.
Yeah.
National anthem, please.
Yeah. Hello, Biafrans. We are sorry for coming up late due to some technical issues. So please, we are sorry. Please. Let's go on national anthem.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
Yeah. Yeah, Maz, I think I have a national anthem now. Please. Hello, Mazi.
Yeah, I'm here. Come on.
Yeah, please. We have to play our national anthem.
The national anthem is as
Yeah. Our onion this player before we proceed, please. Sorry, Biafrans.
our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, he said, he said, now our lines are going to...
Hello, wonderful people. IPOB one family. IPOB one
family.
family. IPOB
One indestructible family.
family. Yeah, Chineke, please. We are sorry for coming up late. It's just because of the technical issue beyond our control. But right now, everything is stable. Everything is okay. So I'm here today with Mazi George Umeh, and with one of our wonderful guests today from all the way from South Africa. All the way from South Africa. IPOB Western Cape. Mazi, you are welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Today, wonderful people of Biafra, this is critical program. On here, we present the facts. In this program, we say it the way it is. In this program, we pass the message direct to the people. And in this program, we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. In this program, truth lead us in this program. In this program, you will get the fact in this program. I'm here. Please, Mazi, please introduce yourself, Mazi George Umeh, please.
Thank you, my brother, and thank you, my lovely brother as well. I don't know your name, but subsequently you introduce yourself. My name still remains Mazi Ikechukwu George Umeh. I'm from Amichinewi South, and I serve here in United Kingdom as the North London coordinator. Mazi Ndewo for bringing me to your program. I'm honored.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Mazi, please, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Mazi Umeh, and Mazi Ezumezu. I thank you. My name remains Mazi Nwaweze Alia. I'm from Avutobo in Okigwe province of Imo State. I'm serving the family in the capacity of a Western Cape coordinator here in South Africa. It's so-called, that's the Western Cape coordinator that was recently removed by Chike Doziem, just like a month ago or so. So thank you, Mazi Umeh. You got my name now, I hope.
Yes, Mazi.
All right.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, you're welcome, my brother. Dalo.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mazi, you are welcome. So, Mazi, the reason why we bring it up in this program is to say the facts. And here in our program we have a tradition, because truth lead the way. Our leaders told us that IPOB was established on the foundation of the truth, and that leads the way. So we had a lot of stories from South Africa, from left, from right, a lot of stories from South Africa, but we love to hear from the horse's mouth. We heard what they say about your family, and we will play the video, then we take it off from there. But before then, please, we will ask you, please, before you say anything and before we start asking any question, you need to get a glass of water for us.
Okay.
And you have to pray and tell Biafrans that whatever you say in this program will be nothing but the truth. Then you pray as the Spirit direct you, please.
Okay. Ka, dị okay.
Okay. Okay. Go on with your prayer.
Ihe a m bụ n'aka wụ mmiri Chukwuoke Abiama, ana m ekele gị. Ekele m na-ekele gị n'ụbọchị nke taa wụ na ụmụnne anyị ndị anyị na ha na-arụkọ ọrụ gbara mgbe ụzọ dị iche iche iji megide anyị. Enwe onye na-ekwuru anyị, ọnụ anyị niile mechiri emechi kemgbe. Mana n'ime ihe niile ahụ, ọ na-awụkwa ha pụta bịa kọwaa stori ha. Ị na-ejikwa aka gị rọpụta onye ga-abịa gbachie wepụta nke wụ eziokwu. So n'ihi nke onye nwe anyị Chukwuoke Abiama, ana m ekele godi gị. Na-agwazi gị lekwe nwanne anyị nwoke a abịara m na platfọm ya today. Ihe ọbụla nke m ga-ekwu ma ihe ọbụla nke m ga-asa ga-awụ eziokwu Chineke. Na-akụ gị mmiri, na-eti gị na-enweghị ihe etiri ya. Ana m ekwugide mmadụ. Ana m ekpe n'aha Chukwuoke Abiama, aga m aṅụ mmiri a na-asị na ihe ọbụla m ga-ekwu Biafra nsị ga-anụ taa ga-awụ eziokwu. Enweghị ihe ọbụla a ga-eti ya. Ndewo. Chukwuoke Abiama nara ekele. Aṅụọ mmiri.
Ise.
Mazi
Ikechukwu, do you have anything to say before we proceed to play this video clip to our brother?
Not at all. I think it's very imperative that you continue with him. Play the video, okay. And since he's here, how you do say so let him, do justice to you from them and you take it up. But please put all your phones on silent, please. All your phones on silent, my brother. Sorry, don't disrupt the program. Play the video, then he will comment on it, then we'll take it from there. Now,
okay. Mazi, please, we want you to pay very, very attention to this video clip I want to play. Please.
Vision that. Why is she doing all these things? That is what I call crocodile tears. She's just crying like a baby that they removed the milk from her mouth. We can no longer continue this way. Our people are dying. Anybody who is close to Madam Nneneya should tell Madam Nneneya to reduce the way she's spending IPOB money. And imagine, she does not want to account to anybody. I don't know if her own department is separate. She's only interested, and she has, in fact, to the people of Cape Town, the people that are in Cape Town, most of them are if we look at them properly, you will see that these people are autopilot. They are just interested in arguing. Our leader says it's superior argument. They are not even subjected to that. All their interest is just, no, leave Nneneya to continue doing with whatever she wants to do with the money. And most of those people don't contribute money. The ones that are contributing the money want accountability, and that is the problem I see. Nothing more, Nwachineke. There is nothing more I'm going to add to this. I want to let us know, for record purpose, Madam Gloria Shitore is not legally married to our brother Innocent Alia. From all the investigations that we have, in particular the one that I have carried on, she is not legally married to our brother. Yet she is from Malawi and she is heading our finance. She does not want to render account. I keep it at this.
Mazi.
Mazi Ikechukwu.
Yeah, if Mazi George may say that. Our leader is asking onye with onye we follow onye akam. You have heard what they said on that video clip. These two things. You are the candidate from Cape Town, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the voice we heard from that clip said that you people are autopilot.
Yes.
Second is about your family, about your wife. So it will be nice for Biafrans to hear from you. you are the man in question to tell us what you feel that Biafra should know about you and your wife. No? And to also classify and tell us we are not discussing with autopilot. Autopilot.
Mazi ndewo. Ọwụ obere ihe onye a na-ekwu okwu a na-awụ the coordinator from Durban, that's KZN, KwaZulu-Natal. There we have about 4 units. He is the coordinator of that's the regional KZN coordinator. He just came in like not up to a year ago. And he's the national coordinator that put him there so that he can do his bidding. But I want to clarify Biafrans. I want to tell Biafrans today that what he's talking about me and my wife, he said they have done investigation, that we are not legally married. That's a lie. That's the thing. They came to our radio, our hallowed platform of Radio Biafra, to say this blatant lie against me and my family. I can tell Biafrans that I have been married to my wife for 25 years now. And everybody here knows all these things they are saying it to people who are not with us here. Even what they are saying makes us here more to believe that most of the things they are bringing to us and some of the things people are coming to do is lie. I've been married. I did traditional wedding according to the way they do it here, and also a wedding, a pure church wedding, of which if it's now that I'm in IPOB, I will not do the church wedding like before. I will stick it to the traditional one. But I did a pure wedding with my family, with my wife, everybody. In fact, the whole of Cape Town here knows me because I've been here for a long time. And our wedding was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, here in Cape Town. So we are married, fully married, both traditionally, and we've been living together since then. Even right now, she's here with me. We are making food, and my children. We also have 3 grown-up children. Well, my first daughter is 20 this year, and she's doing her second year. She's doing second year law at the University of Cape Town. So, yeah, we are here. Our daughter is even grown up. And the lady they are talking about, which is happened to be my wife, the head of finance in South Africa, she's from Malawi. She also joined IPOB 2013. So it's not even like she's new. But the way they are mentioning it, it looks as if Lolo Nene went and picked somebody on the street. This woman has been there. She's been there since 2013. She joined when I joined. She's the highest serving officer in the capacity of a woman in the whole of South Africa. Nobody was there before her. Anybody who said they are there before her should bring their record. This woman is been there. She's also committed with spending for IPOB. She can spend her last kobo for IPOB, for Biafra. She loves what we are doing. She's more Biafran than many of us here. If you come here, it's very, very clear. Like when Lolo Neneanya picked her, Lolo also searched and gave South Africa to bring 3 women. They couldn't provide even one. So it's only her. Lolo is waiting for them to provide women who they think is strong. Because what happened before was that they were lying here and there that Lolo picked her without consulting. They were even saying before that Lolo's sister, that Lolo is my sister. They were saying we are from the same village. They were doing this, like they were telling DOS, our DOS, these lies whenever they come to a meeting, because they have mind that they don't want her. She's like somebody who noka gadabachiri ụzọ, ọ noka gadabachiri ụzọ, because ndị ahụ na-achị anyị n'isi ebe ahụ na South Africa ebe a ego wu nsogbu ha. Some of them cannot handle themselves when it comes to money. So she's like somebody block their way. Yeah. So they never rested.
Hello, Mazi.
Yes, Mazi.
I don't want you to go too far. I think there will be a day to talk about whatever really happened in South Africa that you know. So why you are here today is for you to tell Biafra that now your wife have been a member of IPOB since 2013.
Yes,
she have,
and up to date with that dues, everything.
Yeah, she have been paying her dues, and you people are legally married. No,
yes.
And you are here to clarify to IPOB worldwide that your unit or you people are not autopilot.
Nothing. There's nothing concern us with autopilot. That's what they are using. Immediately they say they removed me. That's what people started asking. Okay, what did I do? They couldn't present anything that I did. So the next thing they started saying is that they are autopilot. So they keep saying that we are autopilot. That's their own. They are not more Biafran than us.
So now you are telling us now that now your own wife have been a member of IPOB since 2013, registered member, official member since 2013.
Not only that, Mazi, she's been serving as an officer, a finance officer from Western Cape from 2014. She's been serving. Not only that, Mazi. This woman have a lot of job that she's doing for IPOB. Like from our protest here, we've been to Parliament of South Africa now because the Parliament of South Africa is here in Cape Town. So we've been here at least 4 times or 3 times now. We've been to the Parliament. She is the one. She will prepare from the posters. Just check out the protests we are doing here in Western Cape or Cape Town. It's always online. You can see how clean it is. It's her. And you can call up anybody in Western Cape and ask about it. It's her. She will do it, most of them free of charge. Free of charge. She will do from poster and going to getting the permit. Just leave that for her. She's there in the forefront in everything. So not only that she joined and was quiet, she joined and she's there pulling weight ever since.
Hello, Mazi George Umeh. Hello, Mazi George Umeh. Hello, Mazi. Mazi George Umeh.
Yes, my brother. Yeah. Thank you.
I believe you heard what our brother said. Please, do you have any question for him?
My brother, I have to thank you for summoning the courage. Because the time we are in now is that pivotal time that Onyendu will sob whenever he said the hardcore IPOBs. Mazi Ikechukwu himself knows everything that is happening. I want to say one thing here before I could contribute in what you're saying. I, for one, I have never for one day kneel down and pray for our leader's safety. Do you know why? Onyendu was not called by man. I want people to understand that. And until you are connected spiritually, what we are doing is more spiritual than physical. If you are not, you will be confused. Now, come back to you, my brother. I'm not going to question whatever you have tabled in, because if you're lying, you won't come out publicly to say it. They have stifled everybody. They have boxed everybody to the corner. Now, the Radio Biafra where we worship now have turned to their, land. That's their softened landing now. Uchemofo used it vigorously to defend IPOB. Because everybody will tell you Uchemofo used that platform to defend this family. I will mention his name anytime I come on air. Because you know why? There's no like Uchemofo. I quote anybody to come and challenge me. I've done Uchemofo live here in United Kingdom. I respect him. He respects me. And I know what he has done. But I'm saying IPOB today, nobody, live or dead, have done what Uchemofo has done in IPOB. You know why? Because these feeble-minded men and hungry men that we have today calling themselves that stand in the gap of IPOB, that have turned IPOB the worse than what we have in the zoo, couldn't have sell anywhere. What you are saying here is not something I don't know. You're a principal officer, I am one. Some of us join. It happened here in the United Kingdom. That some comrade here have fought against Karamonde. Karamonde never know this. I don't fight. When I fight for principal officers, I don't have to mention your name for you to like me. I defend the structure, not individual. That some comrades have fought in UK here because they made a cynical comment against Karamonde. And this individual, not even their wife. Do you know why someone like Chikedoziem, his wife and children will not come out to you to know who they are? Because they don't believe in Biafra. They don't. Have you asked yourself that question? Why is Uchemofo wife was not visible to us? But Onyendu wife was coming to Trafalgar Square in 2016 to come. She was pregnant, coming there to address us. Where is their wives and their children? Now they're questioning you that present your own wife before the world, that's standing for Biafra, and these individuals, these horrible, dangerous idiots. I'm saying it today. You see all these 5 men who put their name here. Let them show us that I want these men to show the faces of their wives. Let them show us their faces. Anybody to question your wife and you, first of all, have to show their wife and their children. That's why they cannot lead anybody. Because they cannot lead their own household. Do you know why? None of them, have you seen any of these men picture of their children or their wife on social media? It won't come. Do you know why? Because the women, they don't believe in Biafra. And they don't control the household. Not like men like us. Ezumezu took his son to the jamboree they did in Brussels with a good heart. But somebody now posting his child picture on social media to gain people talking to, as a saga. And now they're questioning external. This is the most interesting thing about some of these individuals. The external people that came to support, to have that empathy on us, are the people they're attacking. Imagine a British person coming to talk about IPOB. What does he care? In this country, if you're not working, you still get paid. They don't give a... Is that if their country has taken everything we have because our people are weak, I won't blame them. Because my forefathers could not articulate. So now, if they are talking about your wife, that your wife is a stoner, now she's not a stoner because she married to you. Inevitably, she's a Biafran by marriage. Nobody can question that. Just like the argument that arguing here in the United Kingdom. The UK Financial Secretary General, UK National Financial Secretary, which is a South African, and they're claiming that she's an Igbo. All these are propaganda that I've thrown. She's a South African, but she married to a Biafran. Automatically, she's a Biafran. And I respect her for that, but don't lie that her father was this, her mother was that. Because these men have agenda. And the agenda, me and you know. And we are here to undo them with no apology. You understand what I'm saying, my brother? So I want to apologize directly to your wife. She should keep deaf ears to these people are inconsequential. Mark my words somewhere, George Umeh said it. They're nobody in what we are doing. Don't worry, let them continue ranting. But the providence will give us that time, the judgment to pass on those that are righteous and the evil men among us, the moles among us, the people that claim that they love Onyendu, while they're taking go at our leader because they were praying to Onyendu. They knew Onyendu was going to be rendition, but little do they know, Mazi Ikechukwu knew all these things. Onyendu could have lived in Israel for another 100 years. We'll be shouting Biafra. He's enjoying there. But he told you, I will lead from the front, you idiots. That's why he's in DSS dungeon. Somebody question Onyendu in DSS dungeon. You need to buy a ticket and go back there and sat down with him and ask him a question. But if you cannot do that, do not question. And for information, for everybody saying our leader is not absent, for your information. I want to say this categorically clear. Because somebody will be in desert saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is absent, but he's absent. He's in desert. Oh, he lives in desert. Yeah, giving order to people that are in Biafra land. Who gave you the power to say, oh, if Onyendu is absent in Nigeria and you in desert, who are you, Onyendu, who is absent? Can you tell me who is actually absent? People you have not met, people you don't know, because you are doing errand boy, you know, the lowest of lowest, you know, your name was not mentioned anywhere. Now you can come on radio and shouting like a mad dog and think you have arrived. My brother, I will tell you one thing: continue doing what you're doing. Let me tell you something. You guys need to galvanize yourself and continue contributing your money. Let me tell you what happened. Chike Doziem is a remnant of 2015. What saved him was he went to the meeting when he called because he's a snitch. His boss, which is Omio, came to that same meeting. Madam Ndenya was there. And this guy lives in Australia, which is the head of media. Chukwudo Former was there. 4 of them survived it. But guess what? When Omio came out publicly to say that he will not suspend those men, Onyenu asked him to suspend. Onyenu tell him to go to hell, because Omio, there was a time the whole women then conspired that Onyenu must remove him. They give him more manner of name because our leader is a man with. You see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there's nothing like. You see that man, yeah. If that man happened to him, let me tell you the truth. You see us, yeah. You live in South Africa, my brother live there. Don't bother going home. Do not bother. Because God has given us our own Messiah. Yeah? But it's left to us now to utilize it. That's why Onyenu say, I need only 100 men with clean hearts. Clean hearts. This is not, you see, our leader is a man that came. He didn't come for weakling mind. He gave you the numbers. How do you know that a man that God calls, when God calls you, he give you numbers? He gave numbers. He said, then he said 100 men. Then we don't have women. We must quote him verbatim, right? And now he said, until our women join. Some people don't understand. That's what Onyenu categorically said. We don't want any men involving with our finance. There is something ill about our women when it comes to money. There's something ill about our people with money, especially our men. So if we sit down here and talk about you, that your wife is external, by marriage, she's now have your children, she's a Biafran. Better Biafran than all these morons. So my brother, please, I tender that wholehearted apology from Biafrans here. Because I believe that every genuine Biafran will not sit down and listen to this garbage. We are praying, we're seeking for empathy from the world. People, the world will come and help us. How would they help us with this attitude? How would the world come for our aid? Tell me. Unruling people, those that are put in the helm of affair, have turned IPOB worse than what we see in the zoo today. I saw the audio when some riffraffs, people that are sparring, people cannot even eat, people that started traveling from Ghana with leg. You know, these people that I don't disrespect anybody, but what I want to say is that, you see, Onyenu said wretched people does not do freedom fighting. People don't understand why Onyenu said that. Now they're reading verdict about what transpired in IPOB affair in somebody's bedroom. And ask yourself, what kind of IPOB are we in? If your autopilot, definition of autopilot is when Chinasa won't open his gutter to say that the message was coming, everybody was reluctant. That is the definition of autopilot. The definition of autopilot is when you refuse to implement the highest command, and people must understand this. They're questioning if we only send order. 2015, 16, 17, nobody knew if we only send order or not. You know why? It was never a discourse, and it shouldn't be. Why are they talking about our leaders give order or not? They endangers our leaders' life. As some people that meant well for saying, oh, Onyendu, we shouldn't mention Onyendu's name. But because these men understand that mention Onyendu's name make things worse for our leader. But they're not doing they're doing themselves, because Onyendu is on a mission. It is called for this. So my brother, take my apology to your wife. And we will give you time to come to this program. We'll talk about issue that bothering us, like we are going to do tonight. Mazi will tell us what we have tonight in stock. But my brother, I'm giving you a half-hearted apology to your wife, and I believe that every genuine Biafran and hardcore IPOB will do the same. Tell her that we are sorry, and that she should carry on doing what she's doing, because that evil shall not prevail. There, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mazi George Umeh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mazi, before we let you go, please.
Okay.
There is one question I want to ask you. Then we'll let you go. Then I think we will bring you up for more details.
Yes.
We saw some video clip from that thing in South Africa was passing, telling IPOB Biafrans the judgment from our deputy HOD, you know, that they found the national coordinator innocent. But I want you to confirm to me for what I heard. You know, we heard that you people were kicked out from that program. Our deputy asked you people to be out in that Skype program, and at the end of the day, they went ahead and created a new Skype, and people were not involved in the meeting. So please, can you just say little things, then
Yes.
you go. Yeah. Is it true?
Yeah. Yes, it's true. Thank you very much, Mazi, for the apology. I don't even need the apology because it's what all I need. You know, here my own survival I'm not fighting for. So, but thank you anyway for that. Our leader Abiala even take your time, Abia 2 times because of the pressure. It make our leader know the kind of okwu na agwa nwanya eba. He quickly come and settle it. There was a time he came and said, this woman is married to our brother and that makes her a Biafran. We are aware of these things. If our leader is outside, this thing will not happen because he always come and smash it, even from background. But they don't do that. They encourage it. So Mazi, thank you. I will tell her of this apology and she will be very happy, even though she don't need it. But that will make her to work harder more. So thank you for that. Mazi, one question in always yoku.
Yeah. From our deputy coordinator, Mazi Ikechukwu Ezumezu.
Yes, now Sunday.
He doesn't want people to be in the same meeting with you, yeah.
Yes, now Sunday, how we meeting. What happened was that they went and used the old Skype that we were using before.
Yeah.
So in that Skype, I'm still inside that Skype forum, and also the head of finance at Dasayon is also in that forum. So when they make the call for the meeting, we also answer the call, and we find ourselves in that meeting. So they say that this is a meeting between South African national executives and the Johannesburg zone. So as we were waiting for that meeting, our deputy HOD Nzumike entered the meeting. The first thing he announced is that why is Alia in this meeting? And he was referring to my wife, which is the head of finance. He was referring to her. He was saying, why is Alia in this meeting? This meeting is not meant for her, you know. So he asked that he will not proceed with the meeting, that they must create a new Skype, that everybody should go and join the meeting in that Skype. So I was there watching them till all of them one by one they left and joined there. But after the meeting, we had what happened. Some of the comrades called me and told me the decision that he didn't find Oge guilty, because I didn't even know what they came to do in that meeting. If it's finance or concerning money, the people, when they were accusing Oge, they were people who were there visible, who have all the evidence. They were not allowed, like myself, I was not allowed. I would have given them evidence they were looking for. Also, the head of finance would have given them also, but they didn't allow it. So also, Johannesburg zone, they were saying that the main people who have their evidence to join, they couldn't allow them to join the meeting. So that was what happened.
Okay, okay, Mazi. I think we will stop it here. We are going to have a special program on this issue, you know, because there's a lot we want to treat today. So so we don't want to take more time in this your issue now. So I believe Biafrans, they have ear. My ear are not bigger than them. They have ear. They can see. They can hear. You know. So I think, Mazi George, please, do you have anything to say before our brother go?
Let me say something here. I mean, we have a lot of things in stock, but it's quite appalling. You see, the insensitivity of the so-called men in leadership in IPOB is something is off the chain. Their body language, the word that comes out of their mouths, is destructive. You see, this is what happened. That was make our leader what he is. I will reference to UK in particular. When Onyendu came out, that was my anger. You know my anger? My anger was, we know where the problem coming from UK. Who created that problem? Austin Abani, that magic, that horrible man. Yeah? That guy, the comment he made in United Kingdom made the then coordinator become a monster and not turn against his own brother because they are doing, you know, what they're doing here is village meeting they're doing in UK. Don't get me wrong. I can prove it. But when the time is right. But look at what a hierarchy principal officer is saying in a meeting. Even though he found something wrong, you don't utter that word publicly because you're a leader. You have to be very careful and judge right. What we are fighting for is equity and fairness and justice from the zoo. If we cannot find it among ourselves, then that's why we are under oath. Then there's no need of all of us coming together, sitting down. Listen, if it wasn't for IPOB, I don't speak to our people. Anybody that knows me know that. I do not. What did he get, madam, my brother? He can't do. That's nothing he will give to me. So now, for Nzumike, Onyendu mentioned his name, which we will play it here, is roles in IPOB. Conflict Resolution Committee, which is CRC. That is his position. And stroke, the deputy director of state. Tell me how many issues within IPOB that he have solved or have contacted the people that are involved. That is why we say it here. Cabal is not allowed in IPOB. Onyendu say specifically in the UK and say all of you are acting like rat in a cage. Go to hell, all of you. This man. Let me say something here that will shock everybody. I will mention name. You see somebody like Clifford Iruanya, Umeh Mazi. At least this man disrespected. They actually was under insubordination, but they did something visible on their own time. You know why? You know what made the first word ahead of us is that they take reference. Hitler was for whatever he does, people still reference him. That's why we have to reference this man. I have to mention their name when we talk about them and where we are today. Because if you go back in 2015, this man then, their narrative was from, they started, Uchemofo was their only blockade then, just like Madam Nenya of today. Do you know why? Some people don't know that Uchemofo is seeing. When IPOB wasn't IPOB, then they were Bilie. There was a time all of them signed that Onyendu, they would remove him as a director. It was Uchemofo's signature that we needed. Uchemofo refused. I made that note to Onyendu. We must reference Uchemofo, whether you like it or not. It might be Uchemofo and his generation, the oath he took will judge him, and those that have died under his voice. But I must mention Uchemofo because there's nobody that is better than him. If there's anybody that has served all that man, show me that person. Show it to me. All this riffraff was under him. They couldn't do anything. All of them. One of the coaching us and was the continental rep of the what's it called? Middle East, right? These people show me one thing they have accomplished. Chikedoziem then was he was the European rep before he was made the head of state. What have they achieved on their tenure? On now, check only 16, 17 months before Yendu has the issue. IPOB turned upside down. Turn upside down. They have taken our radio, they turn it into where they do propaganda. Those that present and now they have to be under their pocket. So what moral justification do you have now to talk about the zoo? And the dictating that going on within IPOB under this man, under their watch. Nzumike is questioning why their wife not supposed to be in the meeting where there's an issue. She have not heard from her. How can you judge how can you be partial in judgment? How could you call yourself a reconciliation or resolution reconciliation committee that your judgment is about like a judge coming in a court? What happens? I remember one time I went to a court for one of our sisters here to one of our people here. That day, the Home Office did not turn up, and something happened. The judge said, you know what? Because you people were late and Home Office did not turn up, nobody's going to. His defense, his lawyer was claiming that he was going to pay him for his transport. The judge said, no, you guys were late. Home Office don't turn up. Everybody should go home and bear the consequences of the expense. And now we'll reschedule. That is what makes you a honest person when you're judging. You don't judge bias. So for Nzumike to say that your wife should not be there already, she has now concluded and passed that judgment without hearing from your wife. And how will you be saying to people that you want Biafra? Equity and fairness and justice. In turn, do you see where these men have failed? Do you see where these men are the evil within IPOB? We must call them by their names, because when they say the US, ask me, how many men are in the US? How many people are there in the US? The 5 names we see here, Chinasa Sanwo-Olu just from back dog, start calling himself a member of the US. He was Chinasa Sanwo-Olu, so far as I judge know. Chinasa Sanwo-Olu was the continental rep of this of the Middle East, yeah, and has never a time Onyen announced his name special as a member of the US, right? It was when they have this issue. This guy prompted from nowhere, claiming what he does not know. And he had the infantry to come on and say, Onyen is absent, but he is in Kuwait. He has not visited Biafra land, I don't know for what God knows. Unless the one they went when they went to collect money. Because then everything now is possible. They have defended this individual, but I can't defend them anymore because they're individual. And they have done things that will have evidence to prove. The word that come out of their mouth will judge them by their words.
Yeah, Mazi, yeah.
So, Mazi, for me, the issue of this matter that you already know, what I will advise you, you're going to have your time to come here to explain, but you people must not relent. Galvanize yourself where you are, because we are the real hardcores Onyen is talking about. These men have now, we'll talk about what they have done and how the money, they started this from day one and they know what they were doing. They want to kick out everybody that is meaningful within IPOB. They will control those that puppet within themselves now, turn IPOB into what is more dangerous than the zoo. And we say we will not allow that to happen. There, my brother.
Yeah.
There, I believe you. I believe you, Maz.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mazi, Innocent, please give us your departure word or whatever, so we can we will invite you next time for more details. No?
Yes, Mazi, I'm happy today to speak to Biafrans and also through you, and Mazi also from North London, coordinator. In your encouragement, when seeing you coming up and talking, it gave us encouragement. You don't know what you were doing, but we were watching. Because I will not be here, honestly speaking. If I didn't find that program that day and watch both of you and where you are heading to, I said, people who do that. Now, it gave us a lot of encouragement. Here in Western Cape, we are standing tall. We are following our code of conduct, everything our leaders stipulated. We are following it. There are cabals in IPOB South Africa. We are sure of that. Mazi Ezumezu, anytime we are ready, anytime you call us up or call me up with evidences, I'll provide them for you, because I've been there. I've worked with these people. Forget when you see them talking on radio or wherever. I've worked with them. Like you said, most of them are people who came through one way or the other, not straightforward people. because here in South Africa, we know exactly what is going on. We know who is who, and I've been here long. They think they can push me out because I stopped them from, I didn't agree that they should buy a house and so on and so forth. A lot of things. So we'll be ready to talk to Biafrans more whenever I'm needed. There's a lot of evidences. You know that the head of finance have in record whatever that national coordinator have embezzled. She did internal and external, carefully monitored everything, and she have it on record. That's why they cannot stand her. That's why they are trying to push her away. The only person giving them power here is Mazi Ikechukwu, because he's like their contact man in our DOS. That's the person they go to, and they get whatever they want instantly. Like we have a petition that we wrote to our leaders. We wrote a petition the day Mazi Ikechukwu announced that I've been removed. 2 hours or 1 hour.
Mazi, because I'm sorry for cutting you off, because for cutting you short, because a lot actually handle. We want to handle. I want to handle. You know, we will bring you up next time and schedule you. You know, and based on that judgment, the Mazi Ikechukwu Ezumezu pass. You will tell us more and tell us what Biafra need to know.
Yes.
But remember, truth. You must
truth, Mazi. Truth, Mazi.
Yeah.
Truth, Mazi. So all the evidence is there. Some of the evidence that the finance head have, it will come out. And another thing I want to tell Biafrans is that our leader, that man, have something that goes with him. We all know that. But in this case of South Africa, this is where he did a miraculous job. When he brought Lolo Nene in, he was also monitoring. When he got everything clear concerning account here, he shut up people who were there in IPOB, eating since 2013. Our leader maybe didn't know what he did, but he blocked them off. And Onyana struggled up to today. So whatever they are telling you about Lolo being here, she's our eye. Lolo, to South Africa, forget it. So that's all I have for Biafrans. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mazi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye for now. Yeah. Bye-bye. Yeah. Mazi George, man. We tell Biafrans that in this program, we find the truth and nothing but the truth. When we bring up someone, that person come with evidence and he said the truth. So, my George, maybe you have seen. Oh, you have heard it. No, no. I see Biafrans. If these cabals don't sit up, we IPOB, we the ad call, will see them up. We will force them to do the right thing. The code of conduct must be respect and obey. Our leader's message must be implemented. This is where we stand for. Mazi, the floor is yours. Let's see.
Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, it's a very, very wonderful time and a moment today that our brother actually showed up on this program, and the voices will come up. I have a lot of people contact me, but it's not about me. I don't make friends based on the gossip behind the closed doors. When we say the gatekeepers of IPOB is people you don't even know who they are. They will surge from nowhere. You don't know who they are. They're all over the world, but time will bring them out. So, Mazi, I will thank you. You're doing a wonderful job. And today is a day that we want to lay a foundation of what actually have transpired within the IPOB chain command and finance. The meddling that has been going on for, and abetted by Mazi Ikechukwu Ezumezu as the head of the United of State. That is his position. Mazi Ikechukwu has got nothing to do with our finance, just like as he have got nothing to do with media. Now, what we want to do today is to let Biafrans understand. I want to lay a foundation. As you can see on the screen, these 5 cabal that are against IPOB Finance Department, in bracket, head of finance, are Mazi Ikechukwu, Mazi Austin Abani, Mazi Nnachi, Mazi Chukwuemeka Nzurumike, and the Mazi Isaiah Uba. These are the so-called DOS. Chinasa Nworu's name is not here because he has made it that said openly that he's not involved in finance. He's an errand boy. When he wants money, money will be given to him to do whatever they're asking him to do. And that's the fact of life. You know, then why his name is not here is because he have come out openly to say the right thing, because we don't lie against comrades. But these men that you saw their name on the screen are those that have hell bent because they know what they were doing. And they were unknown. They were unknown, not unknown, unknown of what was about to happen to our leader before it happened. Because he said, by their words and their fruit you shall know them. So today, I want Biafrans to ask this fundamental, genuine question. It's a fundamental and genuine question. You know, whenever I reference Uchemofo, people don't understand what I mentioned his name. People will say, oh, Uchemofo Libya and UK is a man I respect. I don't have any personal contact with Uchemofo. If you ask me, he will tell you. I used to come on Radio Biafra, bring sensitive information for those that knows me. It's not everything you do, you talk about. We don't talk. Onyendu said that the real men will drink cyanide. Not like people like China Sanwo that come on Radio Biafra and tell you that Onyendu told me not to unveil my identity because he want to. Now Mazi Ikechukwu is in DSS dungeon, so he want to be the leader. Yeah. Now I don't want to be distracted here. You see what I've just put? You see what is on the screen? The fundamental question that every genuine IPOB should be opposed to Edoziem and his cohort. His cohort, because this man does not deserve any respect no more. What they have done in IPOB, you know, at large, I can't even use words to quantify them. Did Onyendu ever requested that Madam Nianya should transfer any fund from IPOB worldwide account? Because that's the narrative they're selling to people. The narrative today is that Madam Anya should transfer money, but we're going to play a video where he specifically mentioned the account that he was referring to. But they know what they were doing. Because if I take you back, even before Onyendu was rendition, as a particular individual, all these wretched idiots that could not cross Mediterranean Sea, we are pushing a narrative that Madam Anya was holding ESN fund, that our people was dying in the bush. Madam Anya has never touched ESN fund. I am a principal officer. And the account in our account in Italy that is our welfare account. At a point, the former ESN, the first ESN account they opened in America, they instructed that no money, Madam Anya instructed that no money should be sent there from Europe. All the money goes to that Italian account. It's for a reason. Just like China Sanwo opened his mouth and said that he has got no business with finance, Chikedoziem should say the same thing. But you know what problem is? They do not give account of what the money that is given to them. We know we have students that require shoes and whatnot. That is not, that's underlined. ESN was formed without nobody knowing who was involved and in charge of the finance. Who did it with our leader? So what is different now? What is the difference now? If ESN was formed at that magnitude without we and you knowing it, don't you unveil it? So what is the problem now that come on to, like the upkeeping now become issues? Because our leader is incommunicado in court. We want to lay a foundation here. People said Madam Nyanya should Onyendu said, but there's nobody or anywhere or any message that said Madam Nenya should transfer £1 or €1 from our worldwide account, which is in Germany, which is the only money that goes into that account. For those that don't know, is our monthly dues and compulsory levies. If you're an IPOB member, you understand what I'm talking about. Madam Nenya she's entitled, in our code of conduct is there, to see every electronically account, whether it's IPOB or associate. That is her job. In the real world, they call it the commercial run in every project, commercial, because at the end of the day, they are going to monitor whatever you're doing. That are they are what they call them in every project. Yeah, the commercial. At the end of the day, they are the one assess everything you do. If you put a quotation, they're going to cross-check whatever you have said. I don't know if you understand. Packet managers in the real world, they call packet managers. Every sector, even directors, will come down to them, because at the end of the day, everything has to align. Every project, the amount of money, they are the ones that are going to give the rundown of what that money has been spent for. The subcontractors or whatsoever, or people that are putting in project, at the end of the day, they have to cross-check them to know what the quotation is given. Is it actually what is it in real terms? That is Madam Nenya and her team, because she had a team. The question will be asking Chike Doziem, what has changed? If you change four people, that some of us see as Lucifer today. But like I said, I don't judge anybody that is under oath. You know why? If you don't believe in that oath, that's why I'm standing where I am today. Without, I don't have a permanent friend and a permanent enemy. But what we want to lay foundation here is that what happened? Where was he went wrong? They pushed the agenda that Onyendi said. It didn't work. Imagine somebody coming on BTV that we are paying money, even the last money I transfer, that they say didn't went to right account. I transfer money to Austria account, which is BTV account. That was money that transferred. We do transfer money to that BTV. Somebody was there smelling a hierarchy officer, principal officer. Nobody said anything. So what I'm trying to say today is that our finance, yeah, that was the initial narrative to poison the heart of the most of us that are weak in thinking, because they knew that the majority might be confused. They went for the heart of IPOB, which is our finance. You know, we have mentioned infiltrators or whatnot, but they started. Let me remind you. They started that Onyendi said, no, they started from Nelly Ofebu is going to audit Madam Nenya, and immediately Onyendi had issue. Nelly Ofebu started that song. Oh, Madam Nenya must be audited. Move all the fund to our American account. But there's something that Chike does not tell Biafrans. And I judge Umeh and the IPOB that the real one will force him. If you don't say it, Biafrans will know about it. It is not the way they think it was. We're going to make it easy for everybody to understand where we're coming from, where things fall apart, especially in our finance. Just like our brother from Cape just said. You see, when some people said people cannot run with half-baked information on social media, they actually the one running with half-baked information. They actually, anytime he had that clown that lives in desert say something, no, he's doing anything Chinasa won't open his mouth, said. That is what he's doing. Anything, I'm saying it here, anything Chinasa won't open his mouth and say people are doing, he's doing it already. That is how deceptive these people are. They don't know what to say anymore. They are speaking in tongue because they know they'll be cut their pants down. They were having a few days, thinking that is how is it going to be. Making mockery of our leader. I'm talking about his family, because if you speak any ill against any of our leader's family, talking to our leader directly, some of you are sleeping. When this man, we are paying price for what we are doing. And today is not a family business. It wasn't a family business. But, oh, why didn't you people know where Onyendi was? What happened? What went wrong? Why do you have to call Kano Takano to get information about where our leader was? If you guys are actually top-notch to Onyendi, that Onyendi tells you everything or whatever he do, why do you require Kano Takano to tell you where our leader was? If it's not a family business. What I'm trying to tell Biafrans here is that Mazi Doziem and those cabal has failed woefully. And people like us will not sit down and watch. If Uchemofo could have ventured in 2015, well, I could have shredded him. Umeh Mazi knows what happened. I don't care. I don't have, he can't, I sworn oath to defend this family. And I can't tell you what I have losing. I'm asking them, what have you given up for Biafra? Show me your kids and your wife cannot show their face in issue of IPOB. Then they want to ridicule our people that have paid the price. Are we forgotten our people that were mowed down? Our people will blockade bridge for 3 days. Do you know how many of our people that were thrown in the Niger? Do you know how many people that were died in all? Do you know how many people that died in high school, Abba? Do you know how many people that died in Trump Prairie? And you clowns today will be opening your mouth and be talking rubbish. What I'm laying down here is the foundation of what transpired within the IPOB finance. Because these people, when they talk about half-baked information, is when they give it to their recharge card media. That is why we see a clown that cannot even read his name properly. Somebody that didn't know that United Kingdom is a country. United Kingdom is a country. And inside United Kingdom, they what they call Confederation with Ojugu Sojita that Biafra should have. In United Kingdom, they have 4 countries that made up United Kingdom. And they call it the whole United Kingdom London, geographically. And you have the infantry to talk in public. You guys are making mockery of us. And the kind of men, information, the data protection does not mean anything to Chike. As hierarchy is in IPOB, you give information, espionage, easily to people. They will sit down in their bedroom and be yapping. And people sat down and keep quiet. Now, what we are saying here to Biafrans, we are laying foundation on issue of finance. For you to understand how decadent and evil these men are. What they want our leader is dead. Anybody that telling you the reason why Uchemofo bought my heart, and I will keep on mentioning Uchemofo, because I sleep and woke up in the Biafra. I have not listened to the Biafra for the last 6-7 months. If I'm not, I won't lie to you. I don't lie. Who am I listening to? Jonathan, I thought he was somebody that had brain. I didn't know that the guy was an idiot. He's feeling emotional because his chief doesn't come from Oro. So this is a village meeting. But people are telling us that this is not a family meeting. How can you be so impartial when you, if you treat yourself as a journalist, it can't be on our fucking radio that we pay for and be talking rubbish on it. What do people think we are? You think we come here to pat you on the back? If Mazi Ikechukwu was talking softly, I'm romancing you guys, men like me will not wake up. No. What you guys are doing right now is ill. So I'll go back to the finance. We're trying to find out where the things went wrong within our IPOB finance to show you that this was orchestrated plan. And the moment they get those that are actually standing in the gap for Onyendu driven away, now they will turn IPOB to what they want. And that's exactly what they are doing. Because like we are being from the grassroots served with our time and money. That's why I ask every clown, you expel me from IPOB. Generation expel me, I took out to serve in IPOB. If you found me wanting, provide the evidence. But if not, who the heck are you? If from Niru about any of you, any people that are making to know me, come close to me if you ain't Maggie. Oh, I know postcode, name your own. No good. I know China, no one buy. Otherwise, it's not a threat. The facts can like one. I joined my POB. I joined my POB because I will not step my foot if Biafra is not restored. Back home again. Tell me what you have given. Some of you hide and go back home because you're not real. I can't hide. I don't hide. I won't. So now, the issue is this, as Biafrans can see, Chike was in known Onyendu was going to be kidnapped. And they started with Nelly because Chike was involved with this. He was in this camp. He was in this camp. He did know everything. And we're going to play some voices here, Mazi, as I have said a couple of things. Let's hear from Chike concerning our finance. And even the Rising Group, right? The Rising Group was Onyendu. That is the account Onyendu approved. Because the former, like I said, I have all the IPOB worldwide, all the account IPOB has. I have all of them. That first account, that's 747,000 that was in, that they share with Chike and his gangs. They get their own cuts. We will come to that when the time is right. Nobody talks about it. Now, Umeh account will play Chikedoziem's voice here. That Chikedoziem said, Onyendu said. Have anybody asked Chikedoziem how much was paid into this Umeh account before the whole team now? Because it is money issue, including the person they were calling, and that is the one infiltrating now IPOB. I said there's no other infiltrator than the one that we are looking at. These men are the real infiltrator. Okay, okay. You know that rat that will bite you, will blow you. These are evil men. They use distraction. Oh, defending the structure, defending the structure. Which structure are you defending? Well, Onyendu war doesn't mean anything to you people. Are you defending? You defend all to make on can defend. Can you defend? Are you that moronic and that you don't use your common sense anymore? Yeah? Which structure can you defend? Which structure can you defend? So now we will play his voices concerning finance. Not even Onyendu. Onyendu don't come and make announcement on finance. If you remember, when he suspended United Kingdom, that was meeting here in America about finance, said the finance team held meeting, and what they said in that meeting is final. Final. Mean that even Mazi Nankan will not do anything without involving Madam Nenyanya. So who is Chikedoziem and all these clowns? Abani came in UK here. That idiot. That fool. That man is the worst thing I ever seen. I told him in his face. I asked him a question, he can't answer it. Some people are saying, oh, European rep, European my foot. That clown. Onyendu. Did Onyendu authorize you to remove the national coordinator Onyendu instead? No, because you people are building gang to steal our money. Now, first they started with, oh, don't send ESN money because when you want the money doesn't come fast enough. But you don't tender what you want the money for. Are you buying shoe or are you buying chewing stick? What is the money for? What Chikedoziem and his gang have not tell Biafrans is that all the money that Madam Nenyanya he has collected from Madam Anya, he cannot account for. Even he cannot give a receipt for him to do the tax return in the country of her domicile. That's how bad it is. We start with the United Kingdom here. We did. I don't want to talk about the medical call issue. That one, I think somebody came and talked about £10,000 when our deputy national coordinator that came here. There was £10,000 missing. I wasn't aware of it, but I had it the first time because that money was paying in an individual account. That's what I said. The money that we contribute in North London was paying into our former assistant financial secretary. And I told him any day they want auditing, from the day you open that account, you must print, just like when you're doing your tax return, you don't withhold any information because they will deem it as a fraud. I will print everything in that particular account I'm using. I won't tell you from my POB, even though that I know that every money I have transferred, everybody was copied in the email. But I will not, just like when I'm doing tax return, I won't withhold any information from my accountant. So now, this guy come here and tell you, oh, don't pay ESM money. And the moment they accomplish that issue of now trying to maneuver and box people in the corner, now they dive into the heart of IPOB, which is our monthly due that pays every direct debit that IPOB has. That IPOB has. They went into it. They started saying, oh, Chikedoziem said he wants to see the account. What are you looking? Which account do you want to see, Chikedoziem? I'm asking a very mild question. You want to see the account of IPOB worldwide account in Germany. Have you ever asked this question before? Have you ever seen this account before? If you want to see the account, I have got no problem. As you portray yourself as the leader, all you need to do is get the approval from our leader. I've said it over time. That wouldn't be a problem. And that wouldn't cost any uproar. For you now, employing riffraffs to be attacking Madam Nenyanya. And they think that people like us will sit down and watch the kind of ill go forward. So, Mazi, what I want to leave my foundation tonight to Biafrans is that, like a question I've asked, every genuine IPOB member should be asking this question. Because this narrative was so before Onyendu was kidnapped. Because they knew. I remember one meeting we had with Madam Anya. Madam Anya said that, what's it called? Nelly has written her 2 apology letters. Even she didn't even know who she was in person. That Onyendu requested that she apologize to Madam Anya. That is why Chikedozie said that Onyendu was aware of this issue and he did nothing about it. Because Onyendu knew where they were coming from. And in an announcement Onyendu made, I think it's the second to the last broadcast before he was rendition. He said that some people are holding our money. It's not those 2 men that stole 30-something thousand. That if they did not pay that money, that he's going to mention their name on live. And like I always said, someone like Charles Rabbi, he's a comrade, he's still a comrade. He told me in confidence, said, George, Madam Oyibo did not transfer the money. Onyendu requested that money that was in the former ESN account should be transferred to, LLC account, which is the Reason Group account, which Chikedozie now saying that nobody should pay money into. That was the last order Onyendu gave. And Charles Rabbi is alive. Probably one day he will say this with his own mouth. I don't lie against people. I'm talking because I supervise his oath taking. That the last thing he would do is to disobey Onyendu's order, whether it's in DSA, dungeon, or in physical. That is one thing I take from him, even though that was the time he said something that I wasn't comfortable with, which I make it known. That is me for you. So the money was the 747,000, which they have a substantially put record that was in Chikedozie table on 27th of July 2021. What did Chikedozie do with that information? Absolutely nothing, because they were part of that money. They shared that money, and that is where that problem started. Some of you don't know that China Sanwo suggested that Kanu Takano, you see, they are bashing today. That's why I run into the little Biafra first and said, oh, Kanu Takano, when we call Kanu Takano, he suggested that Kanu Takano take over from our leader as the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. China Sanwo is seeing today. The same problem that happened with them with the Simon Ekpa when Nelly said everything was going fine until he mentioned Simon to take over. All hell let loose. The same thing happened. The formats only do have problem. They are already thinking about who was going to be the leader. They don't think about. That's why China Sanwo talk unguardedly. Go and listen to whatever China Sanwo have said about our leader. He has a personal grudge and vindictive about our leader. But the word that come out of that idiot mouth, that guy. Some of you don't need meaning in words. There's something to say, oh, I've advised our leader about these people. So you're advising Onyendu. Who are you to advise Onyendu, my brother? You got privilege. Don't overstretch it. Mazi Nandikan is a spirit. Doesn't mean he listen to people. He listen to people. When you say, I have 3 plans, those that close knows one. Like you're jumping up like a mad dog thinking you know everything now. Because it cost him mayhem in Biafra land. Anybody that disagrees with you is a criminal. And go again, game. What are you, China Sanwo? What are you? All those people that disagree with you are criminals. What are you? Can you tell us who? Nobody knows your face. Those that know your face, but problems will bring it. But like I said, people like you, I will respond based on the word that come out of your mouth. But like I said, anytime you come to the and say people are planning something, you are already doing that thing. You say people are planning. Because we sat down and watch you people, see how you guys operate. Know that you don't have Biafrans at heart. So the issue of finance, they orchestrated it. So they want to handicap IPOB to strangle IPOB. Some of their eras we are writing, there's no money going to Germany. And they think they're fighting for they think they're oppressing Madam Nyanya without actually knowing that they're stifling the Biafran agitation, and those that are people that have paid the ultimate price. There's people who are paying their school fee, their house rent, their kids, their parents have died. IPOB is taking care of all this simultaneously and with records. Madam Nyanya has been tried and tested. That is why 2015, 16, 17, 18, the narrative was that Onyendu embezzled our defense fund. For some of you clan who does not know. Have you ever had it? That was the message, the narrative of Clifford Iruanya and co. Then today, Madam Anya is that they want to see our account. Chikedozie, have you given an account of the money Madam Anya have given to you? All the money that I have given to you, can you give account of it? Because that is why tax return, even in Germany, is difficult. In UK here, you people always get, now company has written another again, Gazette again under IPOB. In UK here, Gazette every year, the reputation himself. But you people would remove Onyendu's name. Up till now, you cannot even pay common £15 to in company's house. In company's house. You have to write Gazette letter to the world to see that IPOB is not managing himself properly. The things I do, my accountant do it for me. I don't need to worry about it. Personally. So, Mazi, what I want Biafran to take away tonight is that, and I'm putting a challenge on this cabal. You see the issue of finance of IPOB. If you guys don't keep clear from IPOB finance, we will come here and do justice for what Chike Doziem and his gang knows about the 747,000. This is not with, we will come here with the evidence and the audio. After the program, we will make it available to every sundry to know what has transpired. 747,000 was embezzled in IPOB formal account, which Madam Oyibo opened his mouth. Chike Doziem actually confirmed that Madam Oyibo is the new leader of IPOB. This is how imbecilic these men are. These things are recorded. We are not here to do saga. I warn you people ahead of this. I did warn you guys. I'm not here for you. I don't know any of you. Like I always said, 1 million of you, I won't budge. We're talking about Biafra. But you guys are evil. I'm evil to the core. You people want our leader dead. But I won't check your generations. And I've died every single one of you. Bring your family out. Let us see you, your wife and your children. Put them on social media. You guys are irrelevant. Put them on social media. If you are head of your household, my picture of my kids are on social media. I'm not hiding them. Even though my wife is not from our side. But a picture, if I want to put it up, put it up. That's why I'm in my house doing what I'm doing here on my picture. So many of you can broadcast from your home by this time of the day. You wouldn't do it because your wife won't allow you to do it. That's the fact of life. You know? So what we're saying here is that if you guys think that what we are doing is a joke or you people will come here to make money, and they say, I'm not here to make friends or make money. And they say, we are not here to make name or make money. Say, rubbish. People like us, we have given up something. And what we want is the freedom of our people. It's either Biafra or 6 feet lower. So if we find you wanting in IPOB, Chineke na, all generation walk. Just people will know. We will shout out our people that demonstrating our bias today is a good thing. It's a good thing. But I want to remind IPOB, you people should not put our people's life in danger. Damage control will not work. Damage control is not, they didn't know IPOB with damage control. We always on offensive, not defensive. As confused and because you know, once he started lying, once he started blackmailing people, one blackmail needs 100 to cover it up. We have a lot of things in stock for you guys. Like we say, we borrow your words. Like our leader, our brother in South Africa have told you evidence. That is why when people talk about half-baked information, those Iraq, those ranting that you're defending the structure. It's what they told you, you know. I guarantee none of you have served in any capacity in IPOB. And that's why when you're going to get a job, they need the experience from you. Well, what have you worked? Show your resume. They want to see what you have done before. We people like us who started from the grassroots because we are dedicated. We love what we saw. We were okay. We were comfortable. We were and still are. I don't need anything, to be honest with you. We were and still are. And we say we want the freedom of our people. And that's it. Nothing else. But if you wretched in mind, all these petty 419ers, think you come to the little IPOB, not where people like us are. Take it to bank, I tell you. So, Madam Nyanya, for every IPOB that is genuine today, I want to make it clear. Is that stumbling block like Uchemofo in 2013 and 2015, 16, 17? Because Uchemofo could have sold IPOB and walk away. Listen to me. It is not a brag. Like I said, I was privy to a lot of information. I don't want to come here and talk about it. I was. Go and ask Uchemofo will tell you. I know the kind of information I brought in the Biafra, so I don't mention my name. I don't need to. And I don't need to reveal it to anybody. That's why Onyendu bragged that if you cut any of our members, the main men on any mission, they would drink cyanide and die. Now people saying that Onyendu said I shouldn't reveal my identity. Clowns. Who cares about your identity? You want to be in Kuwait and control men that is on that ground. And you have the influence of Onyendu. Onyendu is absent. You are Mazi Ikechukwu who is close to Biafra land. Are you not demented? Mazi Nnamdi is absent. Says who? They have the gut to say, oh, Onyendu, what the code of conduct say, well, Mazi is not there, and you keep on winding yourself up. Mazi, are we going to play a couple voices on the finance again? Chikedoziem has got no business to meddle into our IPOB finance, but we'll start with Chinasa Nworu's voice and Chikedoziem invitation that we want to show Biafrans what we are saying because we don't want to say things off heart. What I have said here, I've got evidence to back them up. These people does not want our leader come out. If Chikedoziem and Chinasa Nworu, Chikedoziem with his own mouth said that Onyendu, we should not isolate our leader, and that is what we must push across. And Chinasa Nworu on the other hand saying that Onyendu was sending messages and everybody was not, and Chikedoziem said, oh, Onyendu said, now he changed his tone. Onyendu, I asked question, what was the reason why Onyendu said we should cancel at home? So when you listen to all these whole voices, what goes into your mind? And he says he's still protecting. I'm asking you, which structure are you protecting? Structure of cabal. 5 people that make cabal, because when they said DOS, they talk like, remember he said, oh, DOS shall not be moved. They talk unguardedly. They talk so much unguardedly. These are no leaders. These are scavengers. When you use scavengers, they have nothing to offer. These are mere scavengers. Because when you judge uprightly, you have to be pure to speak openly. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gained men like us, not because he gave us anything. We were the people that came out, forcing ourselves to meet him, to know him, to hear that voice, because the voice is divine. But these clowns we've seen here, so Mazi, let's start with their own voices. Yeah? We borrow their words. We have to borrow their words. There we go.
After due consultation with our leader, we went ahead, conducted the first sit-at-home that was carried around the world. Our leader continued to send message that the sit-at-home, we should call it off. The message continued to come. Everybody was reluctant to call it off. Why I'm explaining this thing is that at the end of the day, I want you who have supported because they sit at home Monday, our people have been voluntarily. When we announced the sit at home, we got messages. Even we are not normal. We know that spoken word cannot be retrieved back. But the enemies of this struggle, they continue to attack the sit at home. They continue to bring excuses that NATO is coming. This one is coming. The university is 6 months on strike till now. They use it to blackmail the IPOB leadership, if you are not aware. Everywhere was that the Chikedoziem and Chinasa Nworu, they don't listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. That they disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are one of those people. I am making you a direct accusation. Some of you, like you, were part of the people carrying all this kind of rumor that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to allow somebody to come on radio. They refused. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them to cancel the sit at home. They refused. I know this struggle. That word that I spoke, because it was in conformity in what the leadership agreed, and it was the best for the struggle. But you were there when people were blackmailing Chinasa Nworu and Chikedoziem. It was to avoid saying that we disobey Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we must always listen to him, whether in the DSS.
Our leader, isolate him in the sense that believing that he's not in control. Onyendu is in control, and that is what we must push across. I am second in command. When there are issues that I can deal with immediately and deal with as second in command that does not need the input of Onyendu, I deal with them, because I know he has taught me how to deal with those issues. But if there are so weighty issues that we need the first in command to make an input. I will act according to his instructions. And as I'm speaking to you, Oyendu is seized of the allegations about his head of finance. I know the instructions as he told me to carry out. Based on that, he has not asked me to remove anybody, and I cannot remove anybody because Oyendu, people are going around saying, I said it on my broadcast, and I'm very disappointed. Are we deliberately trying to isolate him? Because that is what they want us to do. We must push it all the time that the Oyendu is in charge. That is what scares our enemy. If we reduce his authority, we are putting him in danger. And I cannot be part of that. So until he tells me in that very serious allegation, very serious matter, that he appointed the head of finance, and taking into account that these allegations have been there before he got this issue that he has now. He was already aware of it. He hasn't acted on them, and up to now he hasn't asked me to act on them. I don't think it's reasonable for me to act without his authority. I can't do that. That is why I'm a very, very simple, obedient follower. That is how it is. I know where my responsibility lie. I know where my duties lie. I know where I am expected to act, and in those areas, be rest assured that I will act. Where the input of Oyendu is needed, I will wait for his input before I act. We are here also, we may disagree on that, but that is my outlook of this whole situation. I have been in this movement.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Now, when we mount up that pressure, they start.
Therefore, every IPOB family in Europe, from henceforth, your ESN, and I reiterate, ESN funds go direct to our account in the United States of America.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Even the liaison group, if they want to raise funds for ESN, they must inform the head of finance, and the head of finance must inform me, Mazi Ikechukwu, and I will give a written confirmation that they will go ahead and raise that fund. Telling which, if you are invited to any fundraising, ask those who invited you, did you receive a signed authorization to raise this fund? Because we can no longer be raising funds and people are not remitting those funds to where they are supposed to be remitted. So, I will repeat this very instruction. If you are a country, if you have made arrangement to raise funds for ESN, you inform the head of finance, and the head of finance will inform me, Mazi Ikechukwu Ezumezu, and I will give authorization simply stating that this country has been authorized by the head of directorate to do what? To raise funds for ESN. And that fund, if when it is raised and you cannot put it in ESN account in USA, then you will not get that authorization in the first place. I hope that that one is also very, 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 very clear for our people. And we received the report. I'm making this announcement so that people
every contribution that is made for the purposes of the Eastern Security Network, whether be it in Europe, in Asia, in North America, in South America, in Australia, all of these funds must go to the ESN account in the United States of America. And that account information has been made available to IPOB families worldwide. I wish to repeat that every fund pertaining to ESN worldwide must go without exception to the ESN account opened with the name Umeri, Aroli, and Arodi in the United States of America. Please, Principal Starlands, take note, Financial Officer, take note, and do the needful accordingly.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Of course. And the account that was opened by the Lion Group was also authorized by Onyendu. That is correct. Now, Onyendu has directed that the funds in the Liaison Group should be transferred to the ESN account in North America, that is in the United States of America. And we understand that there is a kind of feet dragging to carry out this order from our leader. Now, Onyendu understand, well, not that we understand, but we understand that there is a feet dragging. But now, I am giving further order to the people in the Liaison Group, whoever is in charge. Now, this is the order. If you do not want to transfer ESN,
Mazi, I wanna comment on something before this clip continue playing. Mazi Ikechukwu have shot himself in the foot, and it's quite disgusting if you ask me. So many times, and somebody cannot keep on. Repetition of mistakes means that you're incompetent. That's the facts of life. I would go back to those Mother Highway interview. Some of us said, okay, he was a bit apprehensive. Things were not right. He wasn't in his right senses, but that doesn't push you to answer questions you have got no answers to. Now, he kind of tweeted about this Umeri account. That was this is one of the issues we had about Canon Takano. That Umeri account is a fraudulent account. It's on record. Couple days later, Chike doesn't come on Radio Biafra because now it's a tittle issue to override what he has said, to claim relevant, whereas he's digging his own dish. Now, you announce Umeri account, that Onyendu approve it, which Onyendu never approved. Onyendu never approved Umeri account. Umeri account was falsified, opened by Madam Oyibo with the falsified Onyendu signatory. She confessed about it, how she opened Umeri account. Chike Dozion was in the know. That account Onyendu never approved it. The account Onyendu approved was the Hazan Group, which is LLC, that requested they move the previous money that was in that former ESN. Chess Bank, I have that account, can make it available. To move every penny there to the Hazan Group account. Now, he said that Onyendu approved the Hazan Group account, but is no longer active. That they should transfer all the money to Umeri account. Imagine if they have done that. Where is Umeri account of today? How much actually that went into the account? Nobody knows. That is the irony of it. Nobody can tell us how much was in that account. Madam Oyibo, because they had they have a national financial secretary that we are seeing, just like what our brother from South Africa said. So the cabal have taken over, just like what they're doing now. Nobody have account or what amount of money, like we did in UK here. Nobody know where the money went to. So I just want to correct this, because this is where the whole thing started. Chike Doziem, after he had made this blunder, he came back and said, oh, people should not pay money there. He never told people why. You know, we asked sheepishly that HOD have talked, we move command and control. Fair enough. In UK here, let me shock you. The money we contributed in UK here, the first ESN fundraising, Chike Doziem called the National Financial Secretary direct, asked her to move £10,000 from the money to Umeri account when he has already ordered people not to pay money to the Umeri account. He asked yourself, what did he know that me and you don't know? And today, the Hazan Group account is the only official account Onyendu approved. That is where all the money goes to. That money goes to get to where it's supposed to go to. Because the problem then was whenever they want money, they call the liaison group. The liaison group will refer them back to Madam Nemianya and to get ascertain what the money is required for. What's wrong with that? That's why we have an accountant. You can't be free flow with money. We don't know where the money is going to. The question now, can people ask Chikedozie how much in total was paid into Umeh account before you ask? Because after he said people should stop paying money, people continue to pay money. Even people are doing direct debit, supporting ESN in quote. All this money was going into their pocket, even including him. The woman didn't know what the thing jumped out of her mouth in meeting, because the woman, she's the leader of IPOB. You don't know that? Go to the company house. The UK National Financial Secretary. She is the if that current account didn't order her to state on your new name, she is the director. She's the one leading me and you. That's why the woman, she don't come to meetings. When she comes to meeting, she have an assignment from HOD. That was it. She will log off. That is the grossest subordination we are facing in UK here. They don't talk about it, but they will tell you about insubordination. So anybody listening to this, nobody have actually Chikedozie how much was the money that was recovered, people paid into Umeh account. Can they show us that statement of account? Because the one that happened in the former years, and I will have the statement of account and the report backing it up. Whopping 747,000 was shared among these criminals. And they sat on it. Created another account. Said Onyendu said. And not every message that comes from Onyendu, from the lawyer, they sometimes they use their own brain because they are leaders. They're asking, who are these leaders? Where are they from? Who made them leaders? I will allow it to play.
Funds that you have country that has been raised for ESN. If you do not want to transfer it to the ESN account that was newly opened with the approval of Onyendu Mazi, please and please, there should be no further expenditure from that account for any reason. There should be, that account must now, as of today, this 29th of August 2021, there should be no further expenditure to be made from that account. When we, at the appropriate time, when we do the audit of that account, anything that is found not proper, of course, it will be made known to the Biafran people. And secondly, the head of finance has been also directed. Yes, she has been directed to move every ESN fund that is in Italy. That Italy was meant to put together the ESN fund that was raised in Europe before they will be transferred to USA, or before Onyendu will ask the head of finance to transfer it to any other account or to any other project that we have in hand. So now the order that you're receiving from Mazi Ikechukwu this night is that account in Italy, the funds for ES.
Mazi, listen to this. Do you hear Chikedozie the way he's gibbishing? You know, when somebody is lying, when you're making mistake, you know you actually hurting your own self. That the head of finance has been directed to move all the fund in Italy, which is in our welfare account. That money, Madam Nenianya only sees through the account. But her job is to know what you want to use that money for. Whatever you want to use the money based on is ESN fund. But we want to know what you're using the money for. Now, he said that they have been directed. Who directed Madam Nanya? Now, he's saying Chikedozie now have directed her on air. Are you working alongside with Madam Nanya as the board of the DOS? Because this is fundamental question, and they failed leadership woefully. You really clean yourself. You know, you people have gone long time talking, you know, having a few days. Nobody has ever, you know, some people talk, they say, oh, they are infiltrator. But this is the reality of where we are. Now, if Madam Anya could have moved all the money from Italy to Umeh account, and he said in appropriate time when they audit that account that he made it known to Biafran, Chike Doziem, I want you as for tonight, give us the account and how much was paid in Umeh account. The former ESN account, which is the Chase Bank, I have the account number and what happened there and what comes out of Madam Oyibo's mouth, we know. But for you now, this is your own words. We are pleading to Chike Doziem. Please give Biafrans the account, the rundown, audit that Umeh account that you yourself announced to Biafrans on our Halal platform. Came back and said you should stop paying money without giving us reason. And went back to the closed door and ordered UK General Financial Secretary to move £10,000 to it. So we don't know exactly where you're coming from, my brother. This is bizarre. So now you're ordering Madam Neniana. Chike Doziem, Madam. Let me give you a very, 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 very polite advice tonight. You see, in a board of directorate in any company, even in companies, IPOB practice command and control. You've got no power over Madam Neniana. Madam Neniana answerable to Onyendu directly, and you know that. Madam Neniana don't answer to you. With all due respect, my Chike Doziem. Madam Anya does not answer to you. Oh, you know, answerable. You guys can sit down and talk about things, which is going to be clear, because if you actually are talking to Madam Anya, you won't be saying this on publicly. That you're ordering her on Radio Biafra. Can't you listen to did you actually listen to yourself before you came to speak? But it's very good that all these things has happened. Now we're going back to the basics. So he said it here. And he's ordering Madam Anya to move all the money from that particular account to Umeh account. Now the question is, has Chike Doziem told Biafran how much was recovered in that period of time, even before he said to stop? Even when he announced it, he went back and paid 10,000. The one we know. I don't know about other country. This is one this one I had somebody say. So how much was the money went into Umeh account that Onyen never authorized? Very fundamental question to every Biafran that have conscience that are watching or who's going to watch the video. Start to ask Chike Doziem to produce the account. Forget about the first year. We have the first ESN account, what has been there. Verbatim to back it up when the time is right. But we are challenging Chike Doziem tonight. As he said that he's going to audit Italy account. We want that audition to come out from Umeh account. Chike Doziem is part of Umeh account. Because if he's not, why would he, after he had come to the Biafra, announce it and went back and ask people to move money into it without letting the Fed of Finance know, or even the National Financial Secretary of the country, where the money is coming from, and he will turn around and tell people about insubordination.
Same there must be transferred to the account in ESN USA, the account that is meant for ESN USA. As of today, no other fund shall be removed from that account if not to be transferred to the ESN account in USA. And the IPOB families in Europe, all your ESN funds must go direct to the ESN account in USA. No longer.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Yeah, Mazi. Yeah, I want to say something now, Mazi. You know, before I proceed, Biafrans, on this platform, if we are an enemy of the truth, here is not for you. If we are an enemy of the truth, this critical analysis platform is not for you. Please excuse us. Here we say it the way it is. Here we say it. We say it so you can sit up and do the needful. Mazi, there is a video clip. We have it on video, you know. Even when an instruction came from Onyendu that thing in Finland should give a slot, Mazi Chike Doziem didn't come on air to announce it. He waited for head of information, head of Radio Biafra.
No, media, head of media.
Head of media.
Head of media.
Head of media. Yeah, he waited for head of media to announce it. Why did Chike Doziem overstepping his border into finance? Why? Biafrans, you people should be very, 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 very how would I say it? No, there's a lot of questions we need to ask. We should stand up and speak the truth. Why is Chike Doziem overstepping his border towards finance? When it comes to finance, Mazi Chike Doziem don't wait for head of finance to contribute. He do it. Us now money bring out the accounts all over Europe. They change accounts. The account in Germany, we are not paying into it. The account in Germany, in Italy, no more. Well, no, there is a new account. But when it comes to head of someone that will broadcast in Little Biafra, Mazi Ikechukwu waited for us in Mazi Ikechukwu form, right, to announce it. Why all those loopholes in finance? Just because Mazi Chike Doziem, Ezumezu, Austin Agbani, Mazi Nnachi, and Mazi Azayoba want to know how much we have and want to do what? Steal our money. I will say it. It's steal because why I say it's steal? Anything that Madam Nyanya don't know, and he went on his back to do it. It's stealing because IPOB Finance Department don't know about it. So what do you want me to say about it? It's stealing. Our leader said any account Madam Nyanya did not see, he will close that account. It doesn't close that account.
Simple as ABC.
So when you go back of our finance, our head of finance, to do fundraising, to generate money, and our head of finance don't know about it. In IPOB, what do you want me to call it? Is stealing. You are stealing from us. Because that all the money they generate, our head of finance cannot give account of it. There is a way God is exposing them. The very day that man in America, Nelly Donald Azubike, told Biafran that new accounts will be out. A lot of people don't believe him. But today, what happened? There's a new account in America. There's a new account in Europe. There's a new account in Canada. From these 5 cabals. And our head of finance don't know about it. And it's against our code of conduct. Mazi, our head of finance remain our head of finance. Any account it doesn't see, we call it stealing. Our head of finance must know every single account in IPOB. That is the way our leader structure it. It is our code of conduct.
Whether you like it or not, it's something that it doesn't matter who you are. You understand? In this program, whatever we say, we show you. For some of all these clowns, all these, I saw some people typing nonsense. You see, like the Uber man in America. I remember the first time I was in program with my comrade Mazi, my elder brother Mazi Ikechukwu, a good man, a man that is whiter than snow. Because they think that some of us that come out here will come out here to come and make name or make friends. I don't know you. I don't want to know any of you. Now, the information they gave that clown that lives in America. Maryland, here you live. I have people coming from Maryland. I've been in Maryland. I've been in DC. Been in Virginia. I got people there. And also who calls me. Like even someone that called me from there talking about Ogbuefi. I told him, go back to Ogbuefi. Ogbuefi is the right man. Ogbuefi is the right person. I told him. He's my elder brother too. I told him, I said, don't worry. He said, oh, I thought the Ogbuefi have sold. I said, no, Ogbuefi didn't sell out. They are the ones that sold out. That's what they made you to believe. I won't talk anything about that guy. I would like Mazi's age. Mazi's age is busy right now. Because they think some of us are we're not idle people. That's why me and you come here every week. This is not what I got key to bills to pay in UK. So I take out my time. That's why it's my money and my time. I have spent for IPOB and still spending. So you have got no power to tell me nothing. In this program, we say it the way it is. That's nothing. I don't care. We have sat down and watched you guys. We watch you guys. I defended you guys in way you don't know. The real IPOB defend where I don't come out and be writing trash. We defend in the closet. You know why? Because like our leader's wife told you people, how do you know those that are loyal to you is when you're not there? You know when our leader's wife came and talked, some of people think that you were talking to autopilot. Go and play. You know, the next program we're going to bring our leader's voice and play it here. Every single word our first lady said, the message was directly to all this clan. And I said they don't listen. Especially Chike to say, but his ears was cocked up. He never listened. Right? It's not something our code of, like this clan coaching us and will say that in our code of, I don't know which code of conduct the one you're reading. Maybe have not, if you ask him to, we cannot quote any paragraph in this code of conduct if you call him randomly. So, like we do, we don't come here to falsify information. But when it comes to finance, you as a member, you have the power to, question or to see anything going wrong, even to raise an alarm. It's in your right as an IPOB member. Because we don't encourage fraudulent activities within IPOB. Right? So, at the end of the day, somebody will tell you about they're calling for fundraising. They don't call Madam Nyanya. Like the last one they did here. They pull a memo. Oh, that they invited Madam Anya, that they shouldn't have, they couldn't have done that. But they were blackmailing Madam Anya indirectly that, oh, we invited her, she didn't come. And I'm asking them, how can you invite your boss in your event? The first one we did in UK, Madam Anya was in every step of the meeting we had held here. And it was successful. Over 37,000 was raised. Where's the money? The answer, we don't know. So you doing fundraising, sending Madam Anya that's supposed to approve you I don't understand. I don't know where you guys are living. In the world you live, I haven't got a clue. But someone need to wake me up if I'm sleeping. So,
Mazi, please, the first code of conduct you bring up, can you tell Biafrans what they led mark, so we can, we can educate them. So we are not here for a joke. Let's go back here.
No. This is the subsection B IPOB department. That's about departments. It's talking about the power of appointment, suspension of dismiss. Suspension or dismiss errands principal officers, vest exclusively on the leader of indigenous people of Biafra in bracket IPOB. Onyendu Mazi can accept and to extend he clearly expressly delegates the power to any other principal officer automatically. That's something I want to let Biafrans know tonight. You see, Chikedoze's job is not to come to the Biafra to even anybody. You don't need to announce anybody's name on Radio Biafra. Because when I was made coordinator, nobody announced my name on radio. That was the job of the national coordinator. Onyendi said, in every country, national coordinator represents me. You cannot bypass or boycott the national coordinator of any country and you as the hierarchy and take things. Because it's like you're overriding your own system. So, Chikedoziem, as Onyendu said, some people say, oh, whatever Chikedoziem said, Onyendu said, I agree. Whatever Chikedoziem said, DOS stand led by Chikedoziem. But now Chikedoziem have admitted that he can now question Onyendu's order. So where does he derive his power from? It's written here. He said Onyendu clearly delegated. So now Chikedozie has been under gross subordination to Onyendu. Do you need a lawyer or a teacher to tell you that Chikedozie is under insubordination? The same thing that made because you can't compare this guy. To be honest with you, there's an audio that the guy made. I have that audio I can play here. The former DOS, Umeh. You know, sometimes you don't know what you have until you lose it. Umeh, there's no comparisons with all these clowns. These are his boys. Chikedozie, he said that Chikedozie, you know that capacity. He couldn't. I have an audio. I will. You know what? The next program we got, I'll bring that audio where he analyzed them in their capacity, and he was not making mistake. That guy, the only thing that made him Onyendu remove him because he think Onyendu will not come out, just like what Chikedozie is doing today. Chikedozie admitted is a humble servant, and what worried him suddenly now that he question Onyendu's orders and making people know when Onyendu have given order. Did you hear about Onyendu's order in 2015? It was secret within IPOB, the highest command. There's no argument. The highest command, case closed. But today we're arguing about Onyendu said this, Onyendu said that. And the people have information in DSS Tonjo. Moles everywhere. These are evil men. But they have sowed the wind and they will reap the wind. It's just a matter of time. So, Mazi, for me, so that is what the first paragraph on our code of conduct is saying, and all position within the exception of the office of the leader of religion for God held on probational basis. So Chikedozie is not, his position is not permanent, including him. He's on probational, he's a failure. He shouldn't be there. To be honest with you. He's sitting here. He said, is here. Look at it here. He said, all positions within. He said, all positions with the exception of the office of the leader of IPOB are held under probational basis. Means that every single one of us, probational means that you can be removed anytime. That's what it meant in a layman perspective. You know? So now, as we go further, this is about, principal officers and it depends on the officers on adhering to whatever. That's a different thing. And this is
Maz, please, can you bring up about our finance? What is said about our head of finance? And explain it to Biafra, please.
Okay, don't worry.
I think it's important.
I will bring that out. When it comes here, please, on the subsection of C, IPOB hierarchical structure. Let me point out this before we move on the command and control aspect of our struggle. Because over time, people, our people are like chips. They work without thinking. And you call Alamajiri that they don't know. But let me say this to you. You see why these people still ruling us, even with our education, because we are unruling. We claim that we know, but we know nothing because we listen from 1 year, it goes the other way because everyone think they knows it. It's like here. You see, ignorance is not excused in the court of law. It won't favor you. The law must take its course. That's a fact of life. The reality of me and you have to face, regardless of whom you are. Now, the subsection C IPOB hierarchical structure.
Now, Mazi, excuse me. 1 minute. Please, Biafrans. What Mazi George Umeh is leading out is code of conduct. If you guys should remember, our leader, when this problem is coming up, our leader refer the leadership and every IPOB member to respect the code of conduct. Yeah, he said that code of conduct must be respect. So this is the code of conduct we are treating now. So please listen very carefully, please. Mazi, go on.
So if you remember in bracket our erudite international lawyer, which is Ejimakor, said that he used the word as a specific word. He called it mutual respect. Mutual respect. There's an incident I have at work yesterday. There's a guy that bumped into me. I just want to say before I continue. He's a project manager on his company, but he's working under my own company that probably I'm his boss. The guy walked up to me in a very erratic manner. and talking to me on my back on my desk. And when I look at him, I said, can you push back? Just told him, I said, can you fucking push back? You know, I said, push back. And he said, oh, but he went to whoever he wanted with. I was waiting. At the end of the day, people went to me and said, tell him not to do that again. We have standard. So everything in life is about respect. You're reciprocated. If you don't respect yourself, you don't, even my kids I have at home, I'm their father, doesn't mean I'm going to abuse them. So now I want to go into hierarchical structure. Just because of somebody like Austin Abani will come to UK, that idiot. Sitting, calling meeting, cabal meeting. After I call several cabal meeting, they call meeting now, talking about don't listen to anybody coming on Radio Biafra. The same way Finland National Coordinator was complaining about the same person they are calling that he's infiltrator. Austin Abani for one day never addressed it. All he said, go and use his platform to respond. Like the guy said, he was working with them. That's why I said, including the stupid Isaiah Yoruba that came here. He lives in Ireland that come here to come and, you know, put his hand on people in a public space in the UK. He got security. Go and ask your security. Who is their leader? Who was the first CSO United Kingdom? Who set up the architecture of IPOB security in UK? Some of you don't understand where we're coming from. Think we're coming here to make friend or name? Now, I want this hierarchical is about IPOB hierarchies. That's why I say hierarchical. Now, indigenous people of Biafra, yeah, in bracket IPOB led by Umeh Mazi Ikechukwu made a deliberate and consensuous decision to pursue our inalienable right of self-determination through non-violent peace process, which includes but not restricted of all forms of civil disobedience, boycott, sit at home, protest. That's why protest or sit at home. Remember, sit at home and protest was Uche that started it. Never a day we had issue, because protest will start and it can be called off. It's like when we blockade Bridge Onitsha. We blockade Bridge Onitsha for 4 days or more than that. For 4 days. These are when the action was there. Or somebody called it, yeah, somebody called it off. Nobody had how it was called off. But today we are everything we hear. We hear it from people's bedroom before IPOB will announce on Radio Biafra. So sit at home and all that. There has nothing been non-violent freedom fighting movement. Our optional methodology, therefore, is founded upon the enduring and effective principle of command and control. And command and control, when you hear C and C, people think it's just you and hierarchy. Only do follow command and control to letter. And I'll give you one example. Reference. When UK issue was on, Onyendu came back. When he came back from Israel and come to UK. Privilege for those that live in UK because Onyendu live here. So it's a privilege for some of us. You know? Now, those that were close, going close to Onyendu, I want them then. All of them are nowhere to be found today. I say, our leader don't go close to them. I told them. If I could have been sleeping with Onyendu, I could have, if I wanted to do, I could have done. But I said, no, it's not me. And I'm not feeling it. Because I know this man is something special. I don't want to mess it up. I keep my distance. Then, when Onyendu have held several meetings, some of them were claiming they are stakeholders. I was laughing at them because little did they understand there's some words that does not resonate with IPOB. Like when he says somebody's a pioneer. But I had it once from Onyendu when he was addressing Madam Nenyanya. Madam Nenyanya is one of the pioneers on Radio Biafra, even when before all of you come on board. And she confirmed that she was paying double. She was paying directly to Radio Biafra website then and still pay on her own. All these are references you can go and cross-check. Because people that are pure and sincere, when they talk, they don't lie. He woke me up in the middle. I would say the sentence I said 1 year ago. There's no need to go back and forth about it. You know, so now, this high command and control is something you don't break. If Chike Doziem is standing upright on that top echelon, he must understand that command and control trickle from that upper echelon to the lowest man on the struggle. The moment you break that chain, what you're inviting is chaos. And that's what they have done. You know, when we talk, we said we have evidence in abundance, just like our brother from South Africa have said. This man, just like what you see, they are talking here. We have so many written words from these individuals. you'll be asking yourself, is these people that are leading IPOB, are these people actually the one leading us? And which direction are we going? That's why you could see where are we going? Which direction are we going? That's no direction whatsoever. Only thing we know, one thing certain, that IPOB must come out of triumph at the end of the day, but not for this man, because they don't want to end out. That's fun. That's fact of life. You know, so that's why about people should know command and control is not for you to use to oppress somebody that you are higher above them. No. It's discipline. Command and control mean discipline. And I say, if you're up there, you will serve diligently. If you're the highest man, like Onyendu, you will be humble and diligent. That's what command and control mean. You could hear what he was talking about, Madam Anya say, me Chikerizem ordering you. Chikerizem, when did you have the power to order Madam Nenya? You don't have that power, my brother. Because you're out of your box now. You think Onyendu is not there, you can do whatever you want to do. But you must get authorization from our leader. For you to under Madam Anya, you must get the clearance from Onyendu. Because both of you are in the same rank. You are director of DOS. She's director of finance. Her position is even more sensitive than that position. You must understand that that's fact. In every sector, commercial leads. So don't get it twisted. That's the reality of things. So now, Mazi, I will continue. I just want to make it clear, command and control. It's not to abuse people or to use it to oppress people, because we are fighting for equity, fairness, and justice. It's common sense. So let's move forward. Where the finances clearly say it, like what you said. You can see that I marked it green. That's why I put it green. I don't put it on red. Yeah. He said, please note that fail to strictly adhere to this term tested and effective instruments of command and control will attract very severe consequences that may result in explosion from IPOB worldwide family. Where this is what they are using. You see this thing, you see this particular thing here is what they are using, but they're using it wrongly, because that is not what happened. So they use it now on their own advantage. Anybody that disagree with them, or when you have an argument, or you have argument with somebody that loyal to them, because I remember somebody made this clown, this guy have 4:30 I that organized in the Army United Kingdom. Sometimes in meeting, making reference, oh, if anybody is not comfortable, you can resign. In my mind, I said, the clown, resign for you? Did I join IPOB as a family meeting? I've never attended Kindred meeting in my whole life. Anybody that knows me knows I don't have time for our people. God will help me be my witness. I have never attended any Igbo meeting, and I won't attend one. I don't want in my life. I have never, not Nigeria, I have never, since I was born. Anybody that knows me knows this. So now, the reason why, look at this particular thing here. So please note, he said, please note that failure to strictly adhere to this time-tested and effective instrument of command and control will attract very severe consequences that may result in exploration from IPOB worldwide family. This is what they have been abusing on their own part, you know. So, but look at this now. If you come down to the subsection, is a subsection A, finance, is green there. If you're looking at it, it said to ensure finance, probate, and transparency, the IPOB head of finance or treasurer shall have electronically access to all finance accounts set up internationally or nationally, either directly by IPOB or by its agent or representative. This is very clear. There is no paragraph in this code of conduct that mentions Chikerizem or anything head of director of state. Chikerizem is like a clerk. Chikerizem is a clerk to Onyendu to pass message. That's what it is. He's not even deputy. He's a clerk. His name is not mentioned here. Madam Nendianya position is higher than Chikerizem. If you don't know, I'm making it tonight to you to understand. If there's anywhere Chikerizem position, not his name, mentioned in our code of conduct, let anybody, I dare you to come out and show me where he mentioned. Like China Samolu said, code of conduct said, that clown. They don't read it. They think everybody is that's like them. We don't come here to make friends. It's here verbatim. Where did they mention we abolish? People think that the Chike doesn't abolish deputy leader. How can he abolish his boss? That is one thing you must understand in leadership. Onyendu, that's one thing you have to author it. Onyendu authorize all that and allow you to deal with it. Onyendu give him his position, allow him to, to be relevant in what we do. Mazi Nnamdi cannot do everything. That is why when the issue of deputy came up, he allowed the head of the Directorate of State to deal with it. But he authorized it. It's not Chike's decision. Because he don't have the power to do that.
Yeah, Mazi, here I want to come in a little now. Mazi, our people get confused by that word our leader said. Whatever Chike Doziem said goes. Whatever DOS said goes. Our people get confused by that. They forgot that in DOS, Madam Nenia is part of DOS. In DOS, our leader is also part of DOS. And Mazi Chike Doziem can't wake up from his bedroom and give directive and give order. No, it doesn't work in that way. All the DOS must be on round table. They must discuss and say, now, this is what we are going to do. And Mazi Chike Doziem will pass the instruction to the public.
Mazi, sorry, I'm not cutting you off. Like when you said, the DOS is the highest body decision within IPOB. Fair enough. But I guarantee you, there is no decision they made without Onyendu's approval.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, wait. Now, the issue of Chike Doziem, Onyendu said, whatever DOS said, led by Chike Doziem, Onyendu told us the same thing in 2015. Then Umeh was even more active. That's why they want to oppress Uche for them. I'm telling you, because some people don't understand what happened. Umeh, those guys then were very vibrant. You have to give it to them. Chike Doziem was a junior man. He was European rep then and secretary to the US. It's not something all of us, we are in the IPOB, so we know. And Providence gave him the opportunity. But opportunity, you must neutralize, you must use his position. Just like your mom is telling me, George, I was one that give you welfare and say, because he didn't welfare. So is welfare paying my bills? Am I the one paying 80-something pounds every month that I'm not on the phone for you? Are you okay? Is that for that I won't tell you when you're doing something wrong? So the fact remains is that Onyendu said whatever the US said is final. Okulokwa is not quite wrong. Mazi no problem. Give me an idea. Yeah. Onyendu now ahead. The same thing in 2015. Onyendu Kuchoko and Osigi. When I'm not there, my deputy takes over. You know that the US was there then. That's why when Onyendu had a problem, this guy's ganged up against Uchomofo. I remember vividly Umeh Mazi posting the Biafra International in our executive forum. Where I went UK wide forum, the whole UK, I don't know one forum there. If I was the admin, Emeka was the second admin then. So they were using it to threaten everybody. Now, I'm not going back for it, I'm just telling you what has happened. So when the issue of Radio Biafra, because then they wanted Radio Biafra. After Ojus Okano went to visit Umeh Mazi here in Edmonton, in his house in London here. It's not London here, just leave a stone throw from me. Umeh Mazi started misbehaving. When I called him, I said, Barrister, you people should solve this problem in hierarchy. I remember his word, he said, George, which is jittering. He used the word jittering. You know what jittering means? That now on a panic, he's on a panic attack. Yeah? So for a layman perspective. Now, the thing goes on. Till they say that Onyendu approved Radio Biafra International, while Onyendu approve it. Just like what they're telling us now. What Chike Doziem is saying, that Umeh account was approved by Onyendu. Because the Onyendu was incommunicado. But don't forget that the person that recorded Onyendu's voice in the meeting we held in UK here, Charles Rabbi can attest. I told him the other day, I said, the person that recorded that particular voice was the man that brought you in the meeting. That guy was the henchman for Ilwanya. That's why they're holding our leader till tomorrow morning. What do you think they hold our in the DSS dungeon? It's not hidden anymore. The guy recorded his voice in the meeting Onyendu held with us. And they said Onyendu was running IPOB from Kujo prison. And every time they threatening that they'll give you DSS that Onyendu was making calls. I'm telling you, live for this is not. I was there. This is not hearsay. I was one actually searching people, but that guy brought a bag, but I knew he was one that recorded that voice because when the thing leaked within those soldiers of justice of 2015-16, because today I'm an autopilot, man. I forget them with soldiers of justice that the people that were terrorizing IPOB then they couldn't succeed. We fought them stand still because we were pure. We were pure. So Onyendu mentioning Chike Edoziem's name meant that Chike Edoziem will carry instruction. Why do we have to hear when Onyendu give order and when Onyendu give order? Uchemo for people for more than 5 years or 4.5 years. Anytime he come on Radio Biafra, if there is any order, Uchemo will have emergency broadcast. And that message we delivered with diligence. For one day, nobody argued about if this order is from Onyendu or it's not from Onyendu. Simultaneously. But Onyendu will give order. Chike doesn't have the infantry. Put it on Radio Biafra that he was asking. Onyendu said, and what will I tell Biafrans? He listened to the guy. He go back to his voice, what he said.
Right? Yeah, Maz, please, please, I want to play one voice about issue the Chike Edoziem, where he says that because of our leader did not give a reason, he did not suspend that seat at home. We want to play it one more. Let's Biafra listen. It's important. The subordination in
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
By the DOS, it's not by any other person, not an external factor, nobody. It is when we recovered from the shock of seeing the picture of Onyendu on the 27th of Onyendu said we should suspend the seat at home. And I asked our people, those that I had discussion, I said, but what is the reason? Did Onyendu give any reason why we should suspend it? And they said he didn't give a reason. And I asked them, but you tell me, what reason would I give Biafrans why I am suspending this seat at home when our demands has not been met? That was my question. I asked those both in DOS and those who were not in DOS that I had the opportunity to speak with. They were there the news. I asked them, what will be the reason I have to give? And with that, sorry, I think I'm trying to mix a little thing here, but the lawyers have not come back to us now. Now, this is before the night, the first day of it. So when I was asking them, what is the reason they want us to suspend this thing? And they told me that we should use NECO as an excuse. I mean, we should use NECO because of the exam that the people are trying to hold. And I said, but NECO doesn't really. It's not a strong excuse to give Biafrans why we should stop the seat at home. And I will be very, very frank. And I will take the responsibility. I haven't said it on air before because it's not. I don't come on air and I said, because there is no reason from our leader that we should stop this seat at home, that we are going to go ahead with the seat at home. And then we went ahead with the first seat at home. After we did the first seat at home, and it was a huge success, unbelievably successful. Then, after that same Monday after the seat at home, the lawyers had a visit again to Onyendu, and they now came back and said that Onyendu said we must suspend that seat at home. So that message came now the second time, and I said, okay, if Onyendu insists, after the evidence we have provided that this thing was successful and that our people were willing to do it, if he insists, I will suspend it. And I suspended it. That instruction came from Onyendu. And anybody who tells you otherwise is lying. And that's how I'll answer that question for you. Now.
Yeah. Hello, Mazi.
No.
Mazi, there is something I wanted to underline. Just, there's a lot of things he said. He said because of the reason that Onyeni did not give, he did not implement our leader's order. Mazi, sometimes I wonder. I say how? I say how? Because of Onyendu, the highest in command did not give you a reason. He did not implement his order. Well, maybe sometimes I think maybe the word Onyendu said, whatever Chikedozem said goes. Maybe he did not even understand what our leader meant, or that mean. He now begin to challenge our leader's order. Because of
Mazi, Ima, he knows, because when he said that the second command is reachable, that we don't want to isolate our leader, that time the devil has not taken over Chikedozem. I told you when Chikedozem was pure, when it comes to Radio Biafra, he always concisive. You know what concisive means? He goes straight to the point and submit whatever he came to do under 30 minutes. What Chikedozem for the past 9 months, he come to Radio Biafra, you will see him first, he start blabbing. He talk gibberish and incoherent. At the end of that thing he's talking, that's the thing, he came to do something. This is when they kick up on removing people. Because if you go back on code of conduct, you will see, that was it. When a man lies, he's a confused guy. There's nothing or if but. You know what he's doing. The guy is deeply in this. What I'm saying to them, my submission tonight before I leave this program is this. Mazi Ikechukwu and his cohort. You see IPOB Finance. If you guys did not remove your hands in total from IPOB Finance, we will not sleep. But you see that 747,000 you guys ate and divided. And Umeh account that you said with your mouth here, will just play it. That if the money did not come from our welfare account in Italy to be transferred into that fraudulent Umeh account, which you were unknown that Madam Oyibo opened it with our leader's fraudulent signature and authorization in collaboration with Ejiofor. This is how all you people ganged up. But let me say this to you. I don't talk anyhow. Maybe people, you might have information, is how you use it. You see that particular document, I will take my time and deal with it before I present it to Biafra. And I will make it public with the audio. The question people should be asking Chikedozem and his cohort, how much was paid into Umeh account before you want to see IPOB worldwide account? Who is in charge of that account and how much was paid in? This is a very, very fundamental question to Chikedozem directly. How much was recovered in Umeh account since you authorized it? Because even when he said people shouldn't pay, you were asking people to pay money from the back. United Kingdom is the example. That's why up to today, 37,000 we raised here as ESM money. We don't know what they did with it. The last one we people raised, which I didn't pay money, I don't know if it was 28,000. I had a record when they were uploading it on the forum. How about all of them? Where is the money went to? Which account? What the money was used for? On which ESN? Because you guys has been playing games. So Mazi, like I said, this particular program is to waking Biafrans up. You need to pay your money on the right side, which is the account approved. Madam Nyanya is the only person that have power to make announcement when if you guys ever notice, Onyendu have never for one day come on Radio Biafra announce for finance. Mazi Ikechukwu have never come on Radio Biafra and talk about finance. Unless when things are going wrong, you will want those that are involved. But when issue about finance, take a reference from when you talk about the meeting they had in US about finance, that is final. It's finance team, there's a team under finance. That's commercial in IPOB, and they must be respected. But Chikedozem and his cohort knew that the only thing that will destroy IPOB is that going to the heart of the struggle, which is our finance. Remember when we were defending the structure, they told us that they're raising money. But the guy came out and told you that he was even talking to Joe for last month. All of them was in the same game. That is why they never do anything. Common restraint order. You people cannot raise. You live in Switzerland. We live in UK here. I was man that's supposed to take action on all these things. But when I sat down and after the issue of tax in UK, I pinched myself. I said, Mazi, how did we get here? How did we get here? As a people, we're trying to extricate ourselves from corruption and edifice where the zoo is. Now we are jumping into a pit with these horrible men that don't even know their right from their right. So you guys need to think now. It's not everybody. Some people, you buy people conscience. I don't need anything from any of you. Nothing I don't need from any of you. To be honest. So Mazi, my submission tonight to those cabals is, you see, issue of IPOB finance. If you guys don't raise your hand off IPOB finance, Amadio, how we take you guys one after another. But before then, we will bring evidence of what you guys have done in secret. Chikedozem, we want you to show us how much was recovered on Umeh account. You knew it was fraudulent. Madam Oyibo had it on audio that he went and falsified Onyendi's signature. And these things were sent to you on 27th of July 2021. What did you do with it? You're telling me about insubordination. One after another. And if people allow our people to die, I would advise our people in Biafra land, our leader, we want our leader out, but not to use our people as a human shield. I saw some messages that this idiot Chinas I want to send today. People, the criminals and also, and they have moved. He always gives the location. You always tell the zoo people where our people. These are people you are working with. You get disagreement with your brothers. You don't have to tell. You don't have to kill them. It's a simple, common sense. If I was in Biafra land, probably I'm a dead man. You call my name because I'm from code of conduct. These people you're calling their name, you don't even know them. You have not been back home unless if the one they said you people went is true. You went there to do something or what, but you didn't go there and meet them one-on-one. You don't know who they are. You don't confirm. And he will stay down and tell us who is criminal and who is not criminal. Who are you? Who the freaking the power? Your name was not mentioned. Among the MSC, you are the lowest of the lowest among them all. That's why you're angry. Your anger is that Onyedu never mentioned your name. I don't need anybody to tell me that because I heard you speak about our leader. Oh, you have advised him about all these women, blah, 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 because your name was not mentioned. And I remember Charles Rabbi telling me, say, George, the problem is that these people don't want to face their own work. Because I make reference. He said they don't want to focus on what Onyedu are asked them to do. There's a division of labor. Just someone jumped up as a commander. Who are you commanding? You might know one of riffraffs as your boys, but you're not commanding anybody. You are the men absent on the issue of people on the ground to say Onyedu are absent. Chickens don't take over. Who told you that? Onyedu is in DSS dungeon. You moron. Mazi, I thank you for allowing me to be here today, and I thank every Biafran that have listened. Honestly, what we are doing here, there's no prejudice. I say it all the time. We came out and defend the structure, not individual. I told people that I said I don't defend it. I've defended them individually. Even this Chinas and I have it on written when he was attacking in UK. All these people today now in leadership, all of them were there. They never said anything. I have it, and their words, what they said, I have them on Photoshop. That's what I'm telling them. Shoot that button.
So Mazi, there's one question I want to ask. I want you to to respond for those that are calling for Madam Anya expel. What do you have for them?
Why
Those that
is
calling from
there's no question about that. Chike Doziem has it on audio. Chike Doziem can install a new audio. Madam Anya is above Chike Doziem. Even in their don't get me wrong. I'm saying it. I just showed you code of conduct. Is there anywhere the OS mentioned if the office of the deputy was abolished? Yeah, about the sentiments they are putting in that Chike Doziem automatically become. They're not in democracy. That's why we're command and control. Chike Doziem has got no power. He's a clerk. His job is that if message is passed to you, act upon that message, convey that message to Biafran. He has when he say he's directing Madam Nenyanya. You don't have the power, my brother. Let him remove Madam Nenyanya now. What is he waiting for? That's why they ganged up. They stifle our money because they want him to die in prison. But I'm telling them, like I tell them in 2015, Onyendu will come out triumphantly and all of you will be in abyss. That's no argument there. Madam Anya and Chike Doziem are not in the same equal. That's the fact. And that's why they don't like her. And when you're white and white, they don't like you because they have an agenda. Chike Doziem, when he says he's a humble servant, remember when he said that we'll have it here, we can play it. But it's not that longer because when he starts questioning Onyendu, and now Chike Doziem will tell that Onyendu, what Onyendu see in the SS dungeon might affect him or affect the struggle. He showed you the disdain these people have for our leader. I'm talking about what they said about the palace. They have now employed frats across board to desecrate Afaloku Ibe. Now IPOB is a family meet. It's not a family business. But I have not seen any of your family member posted their picture with you on social media. We went to Abane just came here with Isaiah Yoba. They did not bring their kids and their wife to come here and show the picture, even though they're using our money to cruise. Because they are buying tickets, left, right, and center. The money, they have access to money now. That's the problem. Give account of money they've been collected. Chike Doziem cannot give account of money Madam Nenyanya has been given to him. He cannot tell Biafrans that. He can say it. The one they collect in UK here, he cannot give account. That's why they cannot show us account. No. I transferred money, I copy people. The things we do is transparent. You can't say George is holding money. No. Coordinator should not hold money. Okay, what are you doing with our money then? You national coordinator. Is it your job? Or you HND? Is it your job? None of you. When you said men should stay clear of our money. And I don't touch our money. I supervise because I'm a coordinator. That money will go to where it's supposed to go because we don't have a designated account. And it was known. Madam Anyi is aware of this. And as London stand, United Kingdom stand, we have the best record because I can tell you from the very first day we open our zone, I can give you electronically account of the money we raise in IP within my zone. It's a challenge. It's not brag. You riffraffs.
Yeah, Mazi, before you go, yeah, please, I want you to take your little time. There is this lady that did not even insult our leader. She insulted our leader's family. And the next day, he was called on Radio Biafra to talk. I want Biafra to listen to this lady. Yeah.
Where is the husband to that one? Why is he not making noise? The crazy can't because that's how I addressed him today. Why is he not married? Why are his in-laws not making noise? Why are they even not showcasing themselves? The so-called stupid one they call Emmanuel, because all of them are a bunch of idiots as far as I'm concerned. I am saying it because I'm tired of this foolishness. All the family members of Dazin now they are idiots because they have no brain. If they have brain on hand with one hand on him a dungeon, an idiot and a fulefu, a man that is so confused and need help, is coming out and trashing everything their brother and their has set up, and that they are keeping quiet. You begin to ask yourself, what is the ulterior motive? Do they really want Mazin Nandi to come out? Do they really want Mazin? I don't think so. And you begin to ask yourself, why is the reason? It has to be money, it has to be power. They don't want Mazin Nandi to come out. But unfortunately for them, Biafra has rejected them before even they arrive. They are complete rejects. I speak that today. They are complete rejects. Biafra can never accept any member of Nandi marry in this project because they have told us, made us to know that they're useless and stupid. Marian Heather speaking. Imagine that they comes out and say what I said. I have no apology. I will get away from the fight. This is about the people. We the people. If they don't understand it, they should know it today. Mazi Nandi, with all due respect, might have started this project, but where the project is today is beyond any individual, including Mazi Nandi Kano. With all due respect, yes, he's our leader, but he cannot function without we the people. He cannot do anything without we the people. He's the one that set these people in motion. He's the people that put them where they are. Enthusiasts did not just walk out and come into this fight. Mazi Nandi put him there. I am having a hard ball where Mazi Nandi cannot silence this idiot and all these bastards. What is going on here? We need to ask questions. Enthusiast has feelings. Enthusiast has blood flowing in his system. He has a wife. He has family members. Is it because they're responsible people? Every day, this idiot that calls himself Yanis or whatever will come out on social media and insulted a man who has never insulted you for one day. What is wrong with him? Is he crazy? He should go and take care of himself.
Mazi, the issue of these people, using our leaders' family as their playground. I don't blame any of them. But one thing I would say to them, Mazi Nandi is a sacrificial lamb to their fans. So let them have their field day. But time, you see, in life, the most important thing in life is time. In an appropriate time, Mazi, we will go into the family or what has been said. I don't want to respond to, me. There's some things I don't feel. And the voice that I just spoke, I don't feel the voice. It is irrelevant. Anybody that can rant, as far as you can say something against our leader, you are welcome in Radio Biafra.
Yeah. Mazi, Mazi, please, because I want people to understand the level of insubordination.
This is beyond insubordination.
No. I'm coming. The level of insubordination the five cabal have done to our leader, and at the same time, the level of stupidity they accepted on Radio Biafra platform to insult our leader's family. Now I want to play the same woman insult the parents of our leader.
Mazi, this issue of, let's leave this issue because we can't treat it. I want us to go into this issue. We have a time to treat it properly. This is end of the program. Let them continue talking about our leader's family. I'll be honest with you. That's how I say. I don't want, because he asked me a question. I have things to say, but I don't want to say it now. Because we have done justice to what we came to do. The issue, what we want to do, we'll compile it together. We will come out like we normally do and do justice to it. But I said, let them continue. But my question and challenge to them all is that if IPOB wasn't a family business, why did Chikeros then wasn't aware that Onyendu was in Kenya when it was rendition? Why did he go to Kano Takano? Why didn't he say that to His Royal Majesty and Lolo? When Ojuso Kano went to them to solicit Onyendu should drop Biafra? Well, we are there. We want to make some references. That's why I said I don't want to go into this issue. Because, you see, when these people talk, the problem they have is that because in life, what you must not do is to pick up a fight with somebody you barely know who the person is. Your enemy cannot be my enemy. You understand what I'm saying? That is one thing you do. So many of them you see today shouting, and people are thought they have something in their brain, say they're defending structure. But if I've had Chikedozium disobey Onyendu, after you had that, have you come to and sleep soberly and said, which way are we going? And how is the struggle now? Put it in scale and weight. Who is actually draining the struggle. So for them to come out and malign and continue constantly and calling names of our leaders' family. But none of these people, none of their family member goes to Abuja to go and visit our leader. None of them know how our leader lives in DSS dungeon. Emmanuel was there in 2015. The Onyenu came out. Kanu Takano joined 2017. The Onyenu told the whole Biafra land. I never had any of them. Even the onslaughts in our family, nobody said anything. It was family business. Everything Onyenu, including the Ebonyi State, everything Kanu Takano was there. Now, Emmanuel is still there. And Emmanuel and the whole family are useless. Madam Israel Okukano, His Royal Majesty and her Royal Majesty Lord, all of them are lower disease. Now, then still people are not satisfied. So Mazi, we have a special program to remind those clowns and their stepping boundaries. But one thing I will drop for, including that wayward woman ranting. I don't know who she is. We live in America. These are wayward people, very wayward and very rascal and wayward. Show your face and your children involving in Biafra, because Mazi Nnamdi has given it all. I said, our first lady, she was pregnant, came to address us in Trafalgar Square. After that, she went back home, tore Biafra land on herself. It's not family business. Mazi, let the land of Biafra judge this evil man. And the oath we took, we judge everybody that know their hands are not clean. Some people will say, they think we are here for position business. In IPOB, I don't get paid. I spend my money and my time. So anybody telling me about being suspended by some gang of criminal and Ohaneze Ndibo, the point you're going to get is that I'm waiting, because the reason why you see me come every week is when I want you guys, I'm putting this as a challenge. I want you guys to cough. One after another. I want you people to cough. You see this parable, and you continue to blab, because it's you. I'm daring all of you wretched criminals that came into IPOB to make yourself rich or to mock the people that have died on this struggle. There's no hiding place for any of you. So far, people like me are here. That's why Onyendu say 100 men and women with clean heart. If Onyendu can stand out for one man in every country, 100 men is accomplished. But I'm not saying I'm one of them. But what I'm doing now, until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that's why the day they say the Jamboree, the day they say release our leader, I was laughing. Go and watch what I say in my Facebook. I said, Onyendu is in our family because we can see things you don't see. Before it happens, we know. But we are just waiting. So Mazi, the issue of the family, leave them. Like when I saw coming, they never know we are coming. Let them continue talking. Allow them to talk. The family, they are fine. It's God-given. It's a gift of God. Dead people are angels. No family, I dare you. I said, let them show their common, just their immediate one. I'm not talking about their mother and their father and their sisters and brothers. As I am today, none of my siblings have ever talked to me about Biafra. So you find out that it's not something everybody gets involved with. My uncle, my mother's younger brother, elder brother, died in Biafra. I remember when they did the burial, in 80s. All I heard is that he didn't come back from war. Nobody told me anything. Nobody explained it to me. None of my younger one. When I went home in 2015, I was going to Abuja. My younger brother asked me, brother, what are you going to do there if he died there, uncle? And I asked him, those of my brothers that in Headbridge, Onitsha, are they not human beings? But I left London and went there, contributing money on the ground as well and contributing in UK here. It's not a brand, it's facts. They are there for you to see. We didn't join the struggle to come and make noise. If you buy ticket at 100 euro to go to Europe, you're making noise. I've flown from here to Lagos. From Lagos, I buy ticket to Abuja to and flow, come back to go and witness Onyendu for Scott in Abuja in 2015. I did that on my own. I never said it before. I'm telling you now to you to know. So men like us are not people you want to think I want to listen to. No any or single one of you. We take time and allow you guys to have your field day. But so far as we live, The times are over. All of you are gunners. IPOB is not a family business, and there's nobody that have a permanent position. Is in our code of conduct verbatim. Only Umeh Mazi Ikechukwu, nobody else. And for some of you idiots that don't understand the oath you took and our code of conduct, only Mazi Ikechukwu mentioned in all this. So any of you, none of you are irrelevant. Chikedozie, do your job as a clerk. In a layman perspective, your job is to convey message, and you're doing a clerk job. You don't oppose yourself to Madam Nennyanya. Madam Nennyanya position is higher than your one. I want to make it clear to you. Go to our code of conduct. You found out there's nothing like Yechundi there. Onyendu gave you that voice that you will convey message, which he did from certain degree, and before the devil take over you. Mazi, I have to leave you here because we have spent almost 3 hours on this program, and I want to thank every Biafran that have under the sound of my voice. That Chukwu Kabiama will see our leader through. I'm not playing for Onyendu's safety. Personally, that's mine. So I don't know about you, but personally, I judge you. I never for one day kneel down and pray for our leader's safety because I know no man born of a woman can have married. I know that. I saw something. I said, I know that. If he was a human being, I won't follow him. So I will leave everybody to be humble. We want the genuine IPOB member. We can find ourselves 10 in every country, holding this struggle to our leader came out. But what's happening right now is not IPOB. Chikedozie and his gang are the real infiltrator within IPOB. And the real autopilot is Chikedozie and his gang when they cannot implement Onyendu's orders. That's the real autopilot. That's why everybody's doing what they want to do. They choose when to follow what Onyendu said from the lawyer because some of the lawyers are actually their collaborators. But we know all this. So I want everybody to go into sober reflection. And our people back home, because like I said before, when this struggle started, Onyendu said that our people back home will not contribute. They forced themselves in because they have passion. That's why I'm against the people coming to give people SIM card on media because you're enticing them with money. IPO was born naturally. People came out with their wholehearted. Even those that can't even feed, they force themselves. Even if it's 20 naira, they put it there. That is what is called volunteer. That is why volunteer is the most active force on planet Earth. But once the inducement comes in, just like what you guys are doing now, contributing money and sharing it among yourself to stifle IPOB, to Mazi Ikechukwu to give up in DSS dungeon. But I will disappoint you guys that Chukwu Kabiama, that I call him, we always see him through. So Mazi, I thank you for having me in this program. I'm Milky. Bless everybody in Chukwu Kabiama.
Yeah, Mazi George, man, you are wonderful. You know, you are wonderful. You know, you have did the needful. You know, every Biafra understood what you just said. I told them earlier, don't come to this program with your biased mind. Just come with your open heart. You know, once you see the truth and you can able to point out the truth, here come and point out the truth. We say the truth, we say the way it is. We don't lie. Everything we say here is truth and with evidence. So Mazi George, man, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're a good man.
Yeah. So Biafrans, you have heard it from Mazi George, man. Everything we said here is the truth. We are not here to gossip and we are not here for saga. No, we take their word, we follow their word, what they said, and we present to you guys. And remember, I told them some months ago that they are about to wake up the sleeping lions, and this is it. Code of conduct must be respect and obey. Our leaders' order must be implemented. These two are so important, and we stand by it. So, Biafrans, thank you all. And you guys remain blessed. So I want to leave you with this music. It's important with this music. And it's also a message from our brother that sang the music. It's a message for him. Yeah, hi PUB1 family. No, thank you, my wonderful people. People understand the message our brother passed. We should be together. We should not divide ourselves. Mazi Ikechukwu Ezumezu, I hope this message from our brother will get to you and do the needful. Thank you all, and bye-bye, everyone.